Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Long time listener, first time caller.
First time
Caller.
First time caller.
After downloading the free Discord app, use the invite link in the description or scan this QR code with your phone to be taken to the Beyond Wednesdays Discord server.
First time listener, long time caller.
There you will see the Modern Comic Mayhem category on the left with the call-in waiting room. Join that call-in waiting room, set up your camera and your mic, and have your questions ready.
Call me now!
Do not come. Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hey, what do you got? Nerf Turbo Football. Yeah, what's it do? Go long. Real long. Nice toss.
Nerf Turbo Football. You don't throw it, you launch it.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Well, that's kind of weird. How did that happen? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Saturday night, another Modern Comic Mayhem. I'm rocking it solo tonight, so I figured I'd open it up to anybody that wants to jump in. The StreamYard link is pinned to the top. Anything you guys want to talk about, you can jump in. Bullshit. Also, we have the Discord call-in is available. You can find the link below to the Discord call-in. This is a place where you can do basically the same thing you can do with the link, but through Discord, if you know how to use Discord. It's not hard to figure out either. There's a lot of people out there like, oh, Discord, it's too tough. Trust me, if Chad Cave can figure it out, and that's no diss on Chad Cave, if he can figure it out, anybody can figure it out. It's not hard. Well, maybe not anybody, but I mean, the reason I say that is because when he first heard about the Discord, he's like, man, I don't know how to do any of that shit. Now he's a moderator. So it's not hard to figure that shit out. I need to figure it out. For sure. So, what's up, everybody? Hopefully your weekend is treating you well. I know everybody's pre-partying for St. Patrick's Day, people getting ready for the corned beef and hash. I fucking hate corned beef. I grew up with corned beef every St. Patrick's Day, plus like once a month sometimes it felt like. It's gross. It's fucking disgusting. But there's a lot of people out there like that shit. And I guess it goes well with beer. So, eat up, drink up. Chat Cave says, whoa, did you just call me dumb? Not really. Kind of. Maybe. So, all right, we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. A lot of news I'm going to go through. I'm rocking a pretty bad migraine, but we're gonna still go through some news and, of course, probably go through FOC, all that fun type of stuff. There was some big stories today, man. Some real big stories. So we'll talk about those for sure. Let's bring up some of this stuff. I do want to set up the card break at some point. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, in the Discord there is a card corner section that has all the different forum rooms for cards, and there's a card break section. And if you go in there right now, I just talked about what I was going to do. So now I need to set it up and start that, and we basically we'll take a look and see how many people sign up, see if it's worthy of running in the Discord for the first time. The other two cases, I got 2 cases of fat packs. The other 3 cases of fat packs. One case might be spoken for, and the other one we're going to break live on eBay Live. So that'll be fun. And here's the cool way we're doing this. So every fat pack has 36 cards in it. There's 108 fat packs. You can buy fat packs 3 for $25, 5 for $40, or 10 for $75. And when they all sell out, we open everybody's fat pack, and if you pull a numbered card, I don't have any cards on my desk, but if you pull a numbered card, the left number, so for example, if it's 20 out of 57, the left number, we always go by the lowest left number. And whoever has the lowest left number wins everything. So it's kind of like a, what do they call those? Razzes, waffles, stuff like that. But this one is more like a pack war style. So we'll do 108 spots. If anybody has any idea on like what's the easiest way to run that on a Discord, like if there's some type of plugin for the Discord to set that up, I want to know. So, all right. Let me close this. Back to what we were talking about. Comic book news. All right. Hi, Nathan says, what if there is a tie? If there is a tie, then we go to the tie breaker, which means I'll have 5 numbered cards set aside. And if it goes to a tie, the 5 numbered cards that I have set aside, each person will pick a card, and the lowest number of that will win, and the person who lost the tie will get those numbered cards. So, and there'll be some decent numbered cards in there. So I doubt it'll be a tie, but there's a very good chance it could be a tie. That's happened before. So, Awesome Sauce Radio says, if I find a leprechaun, I want gold and his hooker leprechauns or pimps. Talk about those. Huh? I don't know, bro. All right, back to some news. Did you guys hear the X-Men? Well, we'll get to the big stuff. We'll see if anybody shows up, but the X-Men are ending the Krakoa age, the Krakoan age, I'll call it. They'll call it. It's called the Krakoan age. It was the garbage time period when they did the whole powers of the X, of X garbage that Hickman was supposed to save the X-Men with. And that just didn't happen. So it ended, it's ending. The only thing that's really going on that has anything maybe tied to it is the Apocalypse stuff, and I think that's almost done now. But they have a new series coming out, or a new 3 series coming out, and they put out this quick little trailer. I'm going to run this trailer. Here we go. Probably get strike, what do they call it, copyright strike on this. There's supposed to be 3 new titles. 3 new X-Men titles that we're going to get. We'll talk about those in a second. I hope not. Whoa, that's pretty badass. This looks badass. Yeah, JC Comics stuff says these trailers look better than any of their animation. They just motion the comic art, right? There we go. So we talked about this the other week. Gail Simone is going to be doing the Uncanny X-Men with David Marquez. Very interesting. Love to know what you guys think is going to come from that. Suppose she did that crazy heel turn her last DC book or Marvel. Was it Women of Marvel, something like that? So. Yeah, so there we go. X-Men is going to be written by Jed MacKay and drawn by Ryan Stegman. I'm cool with that. And then this is super cool. Exceptional X-Men, Eve Ewing. I don't know who that is, but Carmen Canero is amazing artist. There we go. There's your new X-Men stuff. Get ready. We got a little bit more to talk about that. Marvel announces what's next for the X-Men after Krakoa. Here's some art. Pretty dope. Looks really good, actually. All the art looks good. Who's doing... Okay, same artist. That looks dope. Dwayne Scott says, going to get back into X-Men, couldn't do all that Resurrection Pod stuff. Yeah, that was so cheesy, man. There was some points in that was amazing, some moments in that. Those new characters that they created at the beginning were cool, dope, definitely dope-looking characters. The idea of the 10 versus 10 thing was interesting, but once they did the whole pods and coming back and... That was terrible, man. That was garbage. But there was a moment where that whole fight with Magneto, that was a great moment. Absolutely great moment. But you knew it didn't mean anything because you know he was coming back. What the fuck? Chuck. All right, let's see what we got here. They gave us a preview or anything? Here we go. That's an X-Men 87. All right, here we go. It's not just these 3 titles in this relaunch. There's a lot, McKay said during South by Southwest. Oh, yeah, this is the South by Southwest panel that they talked about it. I wish there was a video where you could just watch it. My X-Men title is where we'll see the first inklings of what the X-Men will look like in 2024. If you look at the lineup, there's a group of people who are not well suited to integrating into this world. Let me do this. Let's take a look. And these books will see what it means to look at what it looks like going forward. McKay's adjectiveless, that's such a stupid name. Adjectiveless team includes Cyclops, Magneto, Quentin Quire. I thought he was dead. Didn't they kill Quentin Quire? Quentin Quire's a cool freaking character. That might be something if this is a good series to spec on. I think we all already spec'd on that book too. That first Quentin Quire. It's during the Grant Morrison new X-Men run. Great character. It looks pretty dope. It's kind of crazy how Magneto's in Professor X's chair. Or a chair like Professor X. That's dope. Check that shit out. Juggernaut. That's a great looking team. Are you kidding me? That's going to be an X-Men. Jed McKay, Ryan Stegman. Wow. The Uncanny team consists of Wolverine, Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee, Nightcrawler, and is most likely to appear on a Disney cartoon. That's interesting. At least Rogue and Gambit are together. That's cool. I like whenever that's happening. They're on the same team. Exceptional X-Men consist of Kate Pryde. Kate Pryde? Is that what they're calling her now? Kate Pryde? Emma Frost, and 3 new students, and will be based in Chicago. So are these new characters? Missing in action are Professor X, Jean Grey, Iceman, Angel, Colossus, Dazzler, Captain Britain, Ascayani, Havoc, Polaris, Bishop, and a bunch of other New Mutants, Generation X, Academy X, Pete Wisdom, and 1,000 more mutants who spent the past 5 years on Krakoa, Arakko, and elsewhere. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Keep It Thorough says Eve Ewing on X-Men is going to be bad, like her recent Black Panther run. Yeah. That's a bummer. I do like this team, this new movement out of the Krakoan age, though. The X-Men are fractured in the aftermath of the end of Krakoa, scattered across the globe without a central base of operation, Brevoort said at South by Southwest. What that means in practice is that all 3 titles carrying the name X-Men are core X-Men series. They all center around one of the major aspects of what the team has been about at different points. This is very much by design. We want to field a wide assortment of X titles with different styles and tones and approaches. An X-Men book for virtually any taste. Marvel is gearing up for the X-Men to become a mass media darling again, and the debut next week of X-Men 97, the cartoon, and Deadpool and Wolverine are some big moments. We'll see what happens. Looks pretty dope, though. Looks good. 2 teams. The X-Men team looks badass. This looks super sick. Look how badass Juggernaut looks, too. So, let's read the titles, the little setup for them. Krakoa is no more, but the X-Men fight on. From their new base in Alaska, the X-Men raise a flag of defiance. Join Cyclops, Beast. Oh, they're in Alaska? That's kind of cool. Join Cyclops, Beast, Magneto, Psylocke, Kid Omega, Temper, Magic, and Juggernaut as they assemble against new forces, battling for the destiny and philosophy of the mutant species. Mutant business is their business. Huh. There we go. The Gail Simone one is uncanny. And she says, I think X fans are special in that we identify, she says, we identify with having something different about us. And if you're going to feel that in this book and what it means to have that thing about you that's different or exceptional, we go deep into the emotional part of that, says Simone. So she's an X-Men fan. Good. David Marquez is perfect for the art in this book. She continued, he does amazing action, amazing character work, and he's really excited about getting into the characters appearing in this book. I knew it from the very first panel that this book was going to be super exciting and gorgeous. He knows how to knock it out of the park. An exceptional X-Men, the E-viewing one with Carmen Canero, says, Mutantkind's two greatest teachers mold their next generation. Kitty Pryde has returned home to Chicago following the War of Orcus, having stepped away from the world of mutantdom. That's a weird word. She is nevertheless called back into action as she crosses paths with a trio of new young mutants, Bronze, Axo, and Melee, who clearly need training and guidance. Unfortunately for Kate, Emmy Frost thinks so as well. So E-Viewing says, longtime fans of Kitty Pryde can count on the kinds of adventures you can expect from her as a classic favorite. While I hope new and older readers alike will get to love this all-new team of young mutants. Kitty, the one-time kid sister of the X-Men, has to reckon her own memories, good and bad, of being a child of Xavier, as she navigates a role as leader and mentor for a new generation of mutants who are trying to make their way in a time of crisis. I always try to strike a chord between appealing to veteran comic fans and new readers. But since so many people fell in love with the X-Men as teens, and this book is about a team of young folks, that feels especially important to me here. I hope for some 13 or 14-year-old readers, this might be the first comic book they pick up. Yeah, right. Good luck. Working on this series has been a ton of fun already, as Carmen Canero's art is bringing much dynamicism to these pages, and the entire X team of writers is in a flurry, sharing scripts and feedback and ideas. There you go. I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely down for it, though. Get the hell out of the Krakoan age. This shit was cheesy. Really bad. Wookie Fodder says, I always get sucked into this mess. 3 titles, then 6, then 15. Yep, that's the way it works. That's why you just find digital. Speaking of that, wasn't there a new digital announcement that Marvel is going digital? I thought I heard that. "13 and 14-year-old reading comics, and there's a noble idea. Testify. Good luck." Yeah, good luck. With VeVe. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's what it was. VeVe. Let's go take a look at that. Is it? Okay, let's see here. News. VeVe poised to revolutionize digital comics and collecting with the launch of VeVe Comics. A new multi-publisher platform is debuting with Marvel Comics as its first publisher, offering comic book enthusiasts access to 300-plus new Marvel digital issues on launch today. New comics added weekly on the same day as titles are released in print. Wow, that's going to be interesting. Did Comixology do this? Did they offer stuff week of? Or were they just doing like back issues? Sorry, guys. Let me turn my phone off. Being passionate readers and collectors ourselves, we recognize that digital comic fans have been calling for a more immersive experience, said the CEO and co-founder of VeVe. Our aim is to create a platform that makes comics discovery fun and easy, one that's centered on function and design, fosters community and accessibility for all. We understood these pain points and created VeVe Comics to be the solution. VeVe also leveraged community members as part of the design process, optimizing their input to craft a user experience tailored to the comic book enthusiast. Yeah. Here we go. Ultimate Spider-Man 1, Avengers 1, and Immortal Thor 1 are just a few of our favorite comics now available on VeVe. Look at that. Comixology was day and date for a while. What does that mean, day and date? It came out the day and date? Is that what that means? Okay. Still Chillin' says, definitely a delay for Comixology sub. You could buy them the day of, though. You could buy them the day of. Yeah, you had to pay the same price. So usually you're paying like a subscription with Comixology, and you're not going to be able to get those unless you buy them, the new issues. X-Men Red, Wolverine, Madripoor Knights, Venom, Immortal Thor. Yeah, look at that. Ultimate Spider-Man. Is anybody using this right now? Manny says, didn't VeVe sell those stupid NFT comics? I wonder how many people got burnt. Bro. VeVe and NFT comics hold such a hilarious memory in my head that it's absolutely it's funny. Anytime VeVe NFT comics comes up, it just takes me back to a crazy time. Oh man. NFT is for rich people to collect. It's not for anybody other than rich people to collect, I feel like. Derek says there's still a loud minority that swears by Marvel NFTs. There's a lot of people that swear by NFTs. Vinny swears by NFTs. Billy says, sounds like X-Men comics going to blow except for Stegman art. I think the Uncanny one the X-Men one is going to be good, Billy. I think that looks really good, dude. We'll see, though. I love that cover. What happens when you click on it? $3.99. Limited edition comic. What is that? Limited edition comic. Okay, so you can buy it to read on their app, or you can buy a limited edition comic. Limited edition comics give you all the features of a standard comic and extends your collecting experience by allowing you to view it in augmented reality. Earn Master Collector program points, sell it on the VeVe market, and more. When you upgrade this comic, you'll receive a random assigned rarity from available editions. All comics can now be read on VeVe Comic Reader's app until you... Holy shit. So there's the NFT connection. Yep. This... So you can trade, you can put your digital comic on a secondary market like you would do with your physical comic. And if you buy the limited edition, you get a chance for an ultra rare. Holy shit. They're mixing cards and comics and NFTs. You get odds 1 in 9.8 to get an ultra rare, odds 1 in 27 to get a secret rare, 1 in 4 to get an uncommon. And why would it be odds 1 in 1.61? Oh, because this takes up some of the odds. I get it. All right. So I don't know why it'd be. That's weird. Dumb. We'll see if it catches on. It might fucking catch on. You know? You never know. I doubt it. Probably. What up, brother? Can't hear you yet. You got the wrong... No, there we go. You got some feedback. It's like buzzing. There, what'd you do? You just stopped it. No, it's like there's like a sound in the background. It's just going... See if you're using the right mic. We're talking about VeVe stuff, NFTs. And you can't hear him at all, which is good. You don't want to hear him at all. All right, try it now. Or whenever you try it, let me know. Yeah, you don't want to hear him yet. He's checking his mic settings. Yeah, Ready Player One status. NFTs remind me of Wheel of Fish. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You so stupid. Limited NFT if it's struck on just one market. Also, unlike Amazon, I don't think you can read the comics on desktop yet. That's kind of weird. It's really weird. Check. Nope, can't hear you, but the noise has gone away. In your settings for StreamYard, when you go into StreamYard in the audio settings, make sure you choose the Yeti mic. It'll have a drop down for Yeti mic. I think that's what you use, right? Is the Yeti? Maybe jump out and come back in. Try that. That'll take you right to it. All right. When he come by, he'll come back. Let's see here. It's interesting. That is very interesting. Do they have can I go look at the market? Does it say there's a market? It says here, sell it on the VeVe market. I want to go look at the VeVe market. Are people selling these? Can you only see the market? Check. Nope, still can't hear you. Yeah, we still can't hear you. Is your mic on? Is the powered on? Nope, still not working, brother. Nope. Try another one. Keep choosing one in the drop down until you... What is that? Nope, try another one. I can hear the thing in the background, but you're not using your mic though. So this is probably coming from your computer mic. Check. Tap your mic. Nope. Next one. Try the next one. Sorry, you guys. Yeah. Plug it in, Nate. See, tap your mic. No, it's not. I can hear everything that's going on in the room, but it's not coming from your mic. Is your mic on? Like, make sure it's powered on. The button's on. It sounds like there's a fan or something, or like I think it's coming from your... There we go. What's that? That's it. You got it. You're there.
There was a little too much celebration when NC State beat UNC for the ACC title, and a lot of things got ripped apart. So it was all about plugging things back in.
So tell us about this NC State. What happened?
So I'm not a NC State fan whatsoever, but a bunch of my buddies went to NC State, and being a Wake Forest fan, I remember when they won the ACC title in '95. It was the first time they won the ACC championship since '62, when my dad was in college with Billy Packer. And Billy Packer, they won that, and Brian Piccolo. If you ever hear like Bryan's story, that was back when he was at Wake.
Yeah.
But man, oh my God, like stomach, and I mean, like, you know, like, you can only have so many friends. Like, you know, if you grew up in North Carolina, either like people talk about Duke and Carolina being the rivalry. It's not. It is NC State and it's Carolina. That's it. Because Duke is the University of New Jersey at Durham. It's all the smart kids who come from up north, and they come down, and that's fine. But when you have 30,000 kids at NC State and you have 30,000 kids at Carolina, and they're all from Carolina, that's where the rivalry is. And so realistically, it's probably it could be the last ACC championship, because when Florida State gets out for football, when they're gone, Virginia Tech, NC State, Miami, Florida State, they're all gone. And what you see as the ACC is not the same thing. And NC State hasn't won the ACC tournament since I think I was in 8th grade. It was '87. And so all the kids I grew up with who were NC State fans, and one of the guys that I grew up with who was a walk-on at NC State, man, it has been just nonstop with the phone.
So they played each other. Yeah. Did NC State win or what?
Carolina's played State, and Carolina is already predicted as a 1 seed, so they were going to get the 1 after Tennessee just.
Is this bracket?
Friday gets.
Oh, they're still in the championship series.
Brackets come out tomorrow for the big tournament, but NC State was nowhere close to even getting into the NCAA tournament, and so the best part was they had to beat the old school ACC teams. They had to beat. I want to say like, oh shit, who did they beat before they beat UVA? They beat. I think they beat Clemson. I know Clemson's already out. But they beat they beat UVA last night. And if you see it, Miracle Mike, Bryan, if you want to see a shot, like it's a team of destiny, you Google the shot for NC State against Virginia in the ACC tournament. This is the only way they're even getting into overtime. I mean, the whole thing, like these guys are a team of destiny. Once they hit that, I was like,
he missed it. 4 seconds. O'Connell gets it off.
Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. How it rolled around and he banked it.
O'Connell gets it off.
The worst part is like with the ACC, with all the teams like BC and Notre Dame, who's halfway in the ACC and halfway out, Syracuse, Miami. It's just not the same tournament anymore. It's just not like a lot of fun to watch. But when you start getting like NC State and Virginia and Carolina and Duke is not that good a team this year, and they got knocked out pretty early. But when you get NC State and Carolina in the finals, and NC State has to win it, and they haven't won since '87, but they beat Virginia on this, and like you just kind of see like all the momentum is going their way. I was like team of destiny. Like I kept telling my buddies, I'm like, they are going to win. They are going to win, and they haven't won so long. Like everyone was just like, there's no fucking way they'll blow it somehow. No, they'll blow it, and good for them, man. I mean, good for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. So who are they playing next?
They last time they won it was Jim Balvano was the head coach.
Oh yeah. Who are they playing next?
We'll find out tomorrow. They'll do the NCAA seedings, and we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. But the Final Four is actually near town. It's in Phoenix.
So really? So
Yeah.
They won the NC State won the championship to get in to the
they won the
dance?
ACC.
That's what I mean, the ACC championship.
Yeah, they weren't getting in, but if you so they won the ACC title, so they have an automatic berth, so they're in. They'll probably be a 12 seed, something like that. So we'll see what happens. But
I was just talking to Chad Cave in backstage before the show, and he's like, "Are you a sports fan?" I'm like, "Yeah," and he told me he was watching the basketball game. I'm like, "That's the one sport I can't watch anymore. I like college basketball more than I like NBA." Wow.
Yeah, we were at dinner with a friend for her birthday, and I was like, I know you guys don't do this, but because they had the Iowa State and Houston game on, and Houston got annihilated by Iowa State by 30. I mean, just got crushed. I was like, do you have the NBA package? Because I'm like, can you put the Hornets game on? And the woman looked at me like I had three heads. I said, the Hornets. No one here wants to watch the Hornets.
That dude looks like he should be playing.
Just dying laughing. He's like,
that guy looks like he should be playing football.
So he actually got kicked off Tennessee because he could never hit the weight, and he was much thinner actually at Tennessee. DJ Burns.
Wow.
So, but good for him. I mean, him and Drew Pember, who got kicked off Tennessee, he's actually the Southern Conference Player of the Year 2 years in a row at UNC Asheville, and they're in the tournament. He's 7-1. It's just, and you gotta. So Burns, he's got a nice touch. He's a big guy.
We don't talk about women's basketball around here, Chad Cave. We're men. We're manly men. We don't talk about women's basketball.
If you want to talk about the Big Ten women's basketball tournament, I would suggest you go to the Big Ten channel. And there may be 9 people on it.
What up, Adam? How you doing, buddy?
Good. I'm actually feeling better, trying to get my computer working again.
Oh, nice. Good to hear from you, brother.
Yeah, like I said, I'm about like 85% better.
Oh, nice. Good. I saw you had a show the other night. Who'd you have on your show the other night?
What was it? Friday. It was this Friday. I would just had my buddy who is a street vendor in New York, and he's opening up a comic shop. And about a week ago before that, I had a friend of mine who's a cam model on.
Nice. Not bad. Very good. So before you guys got here, we were talking about these VeVe. The VeVe is going to be selling digital comics now. Did you see this? Did you guys see this?
No, I haven't seen that.
So they're going to be selling Marvel comics, and you can get at their site, you can get the book. You can buy the book for $3.99, or you can buy a package. So, for example, if we wanted, let's see here, Ultimate Spider-Man #1. Do they have? Okay. So you can buy the comic for $5.99 and read the comic, or you can buy the limited edition VeVe comic and get a chance to get one of the variants. And then you can also sell these variants on the VeVe marketplace.
That's interesting.
They're basically taking comics and cards and NFTs and doing this.
Put it all together.
Yeah.
I think it is actually a pretty interesting idea. I just I think it's funny because like Bryan, like after reading like the Spider-Man.
Yep.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
And then I read the X-Men and it was so bad.
You didn't like Ultimate X-Men?
I didn't. I just did not think it was an X-Men book. I felt like I was reading Twig or something like that.
Yeah.
And I like Twig, but it's just...
No, you're right.
It didn't feel like an X-Men book at all.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you. It definitely didn't feel like an X-Men book. Matter of fact, let's jump into FOC real quick. Because...
X-Men is the one Ultimate book I haven't read yet.
It's good, man.
It's
I liked
read it
it.
and see what you think. It's
But it's not an X-Men book. Nate's right about it. It's not an X-Men book.
I think the art with the story, it works. I just don't think it's an X-Men book.
Yeah. All right. Shout out to our boy Lefteros. We're going to go check out his IG post. Make sure you go give him a follow. Lefteros Comics on IG. And also check out Cover Price, as always. One of the best tools in the game if you're a comics fan. All right. So this right here is very interesting because this is Bullseye, right? They called it Bullseye. Have you guys been reading Avengers Twilight?
Heck yeah.
I can't find them.
Awesome.
Really? That's interesting that you can't find them.
Can't get them. Like the shop I'm at, they said they sell out every time.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the shelves for Twilight at all.
So when it started, there was this character that was working for the Stark is it James Stark? I can't remember. And she goes by Bullseye. And then Captain America basically gets her to turn sides, and she takes up the Hawkeye mantle. And I think it's a cool character. If you would have told me that before the series, I would have been like, man, that's stupid. Don't do that. But for some reason, it works just the way that Captain America is written in this comic. It really works. So you got first cover appearance of the new Hawkeye and the first full appearance of the Red Skull armor. That's cool. And this is an Alex Ross cover for Avengers Twilight, number 5. We'll go through the other covers because there's some really good other covers. All right. Did you read the new Ghost Rider? Anybody read the new Ghost Rider?
Not yet.
I haven't gotten that one yet.
I'm waiting for a comic historian to put that up on his play-by-plays.
So, the new Ghost Rider is the Hood. That character, the Hood.
Oh, wow, nice.
I would never guess that.
Right? It's kind of stupid, man, to be honest. But it looks amazing.
I remember telling Justin and Zach, I thought it would be Talia Warwood.
Yes.
It just seemed like a natural fit.
Yeah. Yep. This is weird.
Cool.
So you got Ghost Rider came out. Number 1 came out this week, I think, and it's got 2 of the most beautiful covers. And Billy says Ghost Rider was a good read, so I'll have to check it out. But it's got 2 of the most beautiful covers this week. It's got a foil cover that is absolutely fucking amazing. I think I might have put it on the cover appearance stuff or best covers list. But anyways, you got issue 2 is coming out. It's on FOC right now. So you got the first cover appearance of the Hood with this Juan Ferreira cover. And then we'll be going over some more. There's some really good fucking covers for Ghost Rider. Giant Size Hulk number 1, first appearance of Patchwork Jack. Who's Patchwork Jack? A new Hulk villain called Patchwork Jack. That's interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Brian Hitch cover. All right, this right here. Did you guys hear about this? Rat City number 1?
Yeah.
This is cool. This is a new Spawn series, and it takes place in the future. A Spawn of the future. It looks really good. This should be a Spawn 2099 type series with new Spawn being introduced. May want to check it out. So let's go ahead and take a look at this stuff. Not that. I'll show you guys some of this. This is cool. Todd McFarlane's Productions Spawn universe expands with a new science fiction series, Rat City, next month. For the first time ever, a female writer will take up the mantle as regular Spawn universe scribe. Award-winning writer Erica Schultz, she wrote Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, and Deadliest Bouquet, will team up with artist Zay Carlos to send readers on a visually stunning ride through a dystopian futurescape with the new Spawn universe series, Rat City. This ongoing science fiction-infused series is set to launch in April from Image. It's set 100 years in the future, and it explores a world ravaged by corruption and the inequity and and inequity, and follows the gripping tales of former soldier Peter Cairn, known as the Deviant. Unlike traditional Hellspawn, Peter's transformation is not orchestrated by Hell itself, but instead by an unforeseen twist of fate, catalyzed by an unthinkable act from the original Spawn, Al Simmons himself. That sounds fucking cool. That sounds really cool right there.
That sounds awesome sauce.
Mm-hmm. Themes of loss, survival, and reinvention collide against the backdrop of society divided between the privileged elite and downtrodden masses. Through Peter's eyes, readers will witness the harsh realities of a world where the line between right and wrong is blurred and the consequences of one's man's actions ripple across the entire city. I just hope it doesn't get... I hope it's written well. I'll just say that. If it's written well, I'm all for it. We wanted to tell a compelling story about a man whose life was turned upside down by circumstances beyond his control. Peter and perhaps other like him are collateral damage in Al Simmons' war. Ooh, that's weird. We'll see the consequences of that unending conflict. So, here you go. You ready? That's beautiful right there. That's a great cover. And then here's some interior stuff. Let's see if I can get it. Here we go. Maybe it was the best they were all asleep or mostly asleep for the producers. It was like Frankenstein or that children's rhyme about Humpty something falling off a wall. Parts put them back together, but at what cost? And that's not even talking about all the promises they made. Parts didn't tell them the real work was just beginning. Shit, I should have tried harder to stop all of it. That's pretty badass looking.
That's sweet.
It's not bad. I'll have to read more of this. You guys can go check this out on your own, but it looks interesting. So that's coming. That's on FOC. Next, we got Spider-Woman number 6. Possible in-story introduction of characters featured on the new Champion variants. Cover. This is a Linnell Francis Yu cover. That's weird. That doesn't look like it. That's an odd Linnell Francis Yu cover right there. That doesn't look like Linnell Francis Yu. This right here is beautiful. Ultimate Black Panther number 3, the Boss Logic variant. You got the Killmonger cover. Absolutely beautiful. That'll be a big book.
What'd you think about number 1?
I think Ultimate Black Panther is the only series that I'm just like, eh. I don't think it was bad, but it was just like the movie, right? It was just like what we know. There was nothing changed in that.
Yeah. Let's see where it goes.
Cover
looks great.
I really like the Storm and Killmonger aspect, how they're running around together, fighting and destroying shit.
I think the best part you can do with actually like Black Panther, especially in the Ultimate Universe, bring Storm in like a heavy way. So, I'm curious to see where it goes. I think you're right. The cover's fantastic.
Yeah, and then the Moon Knight aspect is pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Here's Ultimate Spider-Man number 2, the 3rd print, cover by Peach Momoko. This is going to be a seller. People are going to be all over that. Weapon X-Men number 1, 2nd printing. So, Richie's all about this Jane Howlett character. I love how it has the Danny DeVito Wolverine. It's funny, man. Even you know what? Check this out. We shout out Topher all the time on here, right?
Topher's awesome sauce. He makes me spend too much money, though.
This comic book.
I honestly thought that was the Red Hood Wolverine.
So, Topher's talking about the Exiles books. You remember these books? I brought these books up a long time ago.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I buy them whenever I see them.
Long time.
These are cool, man. All the different Wolverines. I always like that cover. both these covers. So that's good shit. Come here, Abby. Come on. What are you barking at? Come here. Abby, here.
You got some storms?
Yeah, there's something going on. She's afraid of bunnies, so I live in an area where bunnies just run around the whole neighborhood, and they'll get in your backyards, and I don't want to. I just leave them out, let them stay back there, you know. Yeah. And she's afraid of them now because she's older and she can't see very well, so she just barks at bunnies. Anyways, all right, X-Men, Weapon X-Men #1, second print. So Jane Howlett, get your first full appearance of her. Richie's big on that character, which is good spec play if you guys can pick up that. I think he was talking about a variant the other day of her cameo. So, all right. That is Lefteros and Cover Prices stuff. Make sure you guys go check out Lefteros' work on coverprice.com. He does a bunch of extra work over there. And shout out to Black Crown Comics. He also does a great little segment where he talks about the extra stuff too. So make sure you guys go check out both of them. All right, let's jump into our boy Billy's page, and I'm going to go alphabetical. By the way, I'm working on a clip right now of how Billy is in the Matrix, and the joke he pulled on Red Hood the other night was hilarious. You guys are going to laugh your ass off. It was so funny. Action Comics number 1064. Nothing too crazy there that I see. Maria Wolf.
I haven't read these. Are these the ones that there was one or two before that? Had Bizarro big on the front cover.
Yep.
I love Bizarro, and I saw one, and they actually was sold out when I came back for it. I didn't know if it's good or not. It's just you kind of feel like it's always hit or miss with Superman Action Comics.
Yeah.
You may get 2 or 3 that are good, and then it just falls off.
The last year of Action Comics has been pretty solid.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know what happened after Philip Kennedy Johnson left, but I haven't read anything since the first issue with the Bizarro one, and I thought that was pretty good.
Okay.
Lefteros says Superman books are pretty good lately, so this is a really good Maria Wolf cover. Really fucking good. They're calling them the April Fool's variant. So that is awesome right there. Her art's
I'm not
just
a
getting
huge
better.
fan of Marie Wolf, but I'll tell you what, that Cobra Commander version that she did, it was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah. I really like her Ghost Rider. All right, where we got? We got more. Amazing Spider-Man. Here we go. The facsimile of 255.
Why?
Yeah, because 255 is a huge, huge book.
Are they? I'm trying to understand the facsimiles to Amazing Spider-Man. Are they doing everything up to 258, or
they're doing all the early alien symbiote or symbiote? Is it symbiote or symbiote?
I've heard of both.
Symbiote. I don't know. Symbiote, intending to bond with him forever. It says before he knew it was an alien. So, continuing a facsimile celebration of the early days of Spider-Man's black suit costume. Before he knew it was an alien symbiote intending to bond with him forever. So all the early black costume books they're reprinting, and they all have 1 in 25 variants to them too, which is garbage. I don't know if they all have them, but I've seen a couple of them so far.
Yeah, pretty much. I think everyone is up to date has had a 1 in 25. We really needed it.
So here's the cover pack for Avengers Twilight. You can see all the good. That cover right there, awesome. That is just great. Who is this? Who did this one? I love that. She got the Punisher logo tattooed all over her arm.
Oh, wow.
I wonder if she's military. I think she's military too in the comic. Yeah, look at that. She got
all the gun. Look how clear the guns are.
That's badass. That's
Yeah.
a good cover. Then you got this one. The Ross. This one's really good too. A lot of Frank Miller Dark Knight variants lately.
Yeah.
In Marvel. Do they do one with each book now? Is that what they're doing? Because they did the Thor one before this.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, man, it's a really nice cover. It's just
Daniel Acuna.
Lightning. It's just, I was like, yeah, it's just not as good.
That was a Daniel Acuna cover. That's awesome. Batman and Robin number 8. I love Simone DeMeo's art. This is an interesting cover. That's Shush. The Hush daughter or whatever. I love that right there. That's cool.
I just wish they would do more with the Hush in the movies. I think he could be a big character in the movies if they did it right.
Aren't they supposed to use him?
That was, I think, like the next one they were, but everything always seems to be delayed or there's always some kind of caveat. But
that right there, I want to see the black and white art to that. Oh, that's Flatline, not Shush. The Flatline, is that a new character, Flatline?
She first appeared in the Robin number 1.
That's a cool character.
She was Damien's girlfriend in that series.
Okay. Shout out to Billy. He says, do not sleep on Free Comic Book Day Absolute Power Edition foil and possibly Blood Hunt red band cover. So the books he's saying you need to go after. Look at this. Jim Lee. That is fucking beautiful. Man. All right, moving on. Dylan Dog stuff. I don't like that stuff. A Black Widow and Hawkeye number 2, the Jesus Saez variant. Look at that. That's interesting. That's a great character design. It's cool.
It's cool until they pull into the Spider-Verse to make her 3 versions of herself in a symbiote.
Yeah. There's the
Isn't
Todd
that the window?
Yeah, the window one. Black Widow and Hawkeye number 2. This is the regular cover. Blade Runner. Blood Brothers Mother. It's a cool Blade Runner cover. Blood Hunt Art Germ variant. So this Blood Hunt stuff is going to be crazy. Are you guys going to read this?
I am.
Yeah, I mean, it's again, I was reading kind of like the main books, but until it branches out to 50.
Yeah.
It also depends on how many tie-ins it's going to have, too.
Right.
It's going to be a Civil War style
40
overwhelming thing. I might just pick and choose.
I heard there's 45 books.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, actually, when I was listening to Zach and Justin a couple weeks ago, and they were talking about, like, what's the last, like, big tie-in book that you remember? And they were kind of going back and forth and kind of drew a blank. To me, I was like Civil War, and that was 2005.
Yeah.
Like the one that you actually remember, like you actually read, like you really cared about.
I like the Dark Side War. That was a really good one.
And I think they prefaced it with Marvel.
Okay, Marvel. Okay.
But
Marvel either Civil War or Secret Invasion.
I never cared for Secret Invasion as much. I thought it was a little bit. I didn't think enough came out of it. But Civil War, I remember like start to finish, like what happened, like.
Yeah.
It just seems so like it just tore things up. I thought it was really good, and the fact they tried to do the movie out of it, which didn't really work. But I like
the Secret Wars 2 Battle World stuff was good. I remember reading that.
And we'll see what happens with that with the MCU. That actually could end up being a bigger play.
Absolute Power foil cover has Superman falling backwards from the sky with blood coming out of his chest. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll check that out. Here is.
You never go put Blade on there? You think you give him a grill.
I know. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I thought that was a grill when I first saw it. I was like, is this a grill cover?
Yeah.
Here's the John Tyler Christopher cover for this. Well, terrible color choice. Do you like that? Do you guys like that?
I like the idea. I don't like the the character. I think the idea is very good.
Yeah, the color choice is bad though.
Well, when you're colorblind.
Oh yeah, you can't see it.
Excuse me, Nate.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is.
So behind him is all lime green.
Okay.
And you don't even know what lime green looks like, do you?
No.
I know Adam doesn't. I'm talking to a colorblind person and a blind person.
Adam, I think we've been shunned off this panel.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe the first time I got.
We got 6 eyes, and apparently Bryan's saying 4 of them ain't worth shit. Is there anything else you like from the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Oh God, dude. Oh fuck.
I mean, you're asking me like right now, I couldn't tell you what colored shirt I have on. Like that. Just put one on.
I mean, if it wasn't for Braille color tags.
Here's the Peach Momoko stuff real quick. Have you read? Did you read? You didn't read Ultimate X-Men, did you, Adam?
Not yet.
Okay.
And it's just at the bottom of this. I'm waiting for my boy Cape Joel to see if he had it up as his page-by-page review.
Nice. Hey, I'm gonna go run my dog outside real quick. Somebody, Adam, tell us about your recent show with the dude that's opening the new store. What's going on with that?
I have a friend. His name is Mark. He runs Calamity Collectibles. He's an artistic comic book dealer, and he's been one of my silent assistants for the last 2 years. And he's got a by appointment only in a little miniature warehouse in Manhattan that he's in the process of opening. He just booked the lease and everything yesterday, so I think he's in the process of setting things up.
I was going to ask Adam. I thought are you in New York?
Yeah.
Where in New York?
In Manhattan, make Midtown.
So I used to live on the first place I lived. It was 46 and 8th, and then 56 and 9th, and then 42nd and 3rd, and then 54th to Broadway. So a lot of Hell's Kitchen addresses in there.
Yeah, so I recognized. Yeah, I've been spending a lot more time with my parents in Jersey lately.
Yeah.
Just because it's been that way since the pandemic, and trying to find.
Everything changed then a little bit.
Yep. So I've been doing the back and forth thing, and I was supposed to be moving to a place out in Vegas, but that fell through.
Is that the one with all the naked ladies?
Nah, it was like there was like an apartment complex for people with disabilities out there I was trying to get into, and it just
so there's no naked ladies in this place?
Dude.
I think you need to.
No, there's 25 naked ladies.
Okay.
And they all have Power Girl sized breasts, and there's just you gotta get there through the Rainbow Bridge. And Destro, and if you don't pay Destro the dues, you get kicked out of Cobra.
Well, I know where I'm staying when I go to Vegas. And I've actually never been to Vegas, so
yeah. And I also need to send you something I found on eBay yesterday. It was a prototype Pimp Daddy Destro figure that I've never seen from the 90s.
Oh, like the 3 3/4 figure.
Yep.
Oh man, they are really expensive. You can find
I saw one was at like 40 grand, and there was another one for like 24.
Why the hell you send it to me? Send it to Bryan. I mean, this guy is the one who sold his.
No, I saw it. I was like, holy shit.
Well, hey, send to Daddy Warbucks over here.
Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah, I mean, you may not say anything.
All right, so you had a Richie Rich reference?
Well, he's just the one who sells stuff at the right times, and he when he sells his Ovechkin, his Crosby, I think he sold his. He has his punch. I think he sold his punch.
Sports cards.
I do love sports cards.
You know, but I am looking for the Jenna Jameson rookie card.
You know, I think Sean Leggett has it.
Yeah, there was a card of Jenna Jameson that actually had her government name on it.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, I am dead serious. I would like to try to get it before one of the upcoming Exoticas to get those autographs by her.
Her name is like Firm Titties. Is like one of those like
her name her name is Jenna Plastic Ass.
So Bryan,
Jesus,
we were just talking about how this cover looks great. It's just
yeah.
We
Adam. How do you read your comics?
There's like 3 ways I read them. One is I scan things into my computer, and the talking text-to-speech will read it to me. I do have 2 readers who are friends of mine that are off-Broadway actresses that read me the stuff, and then I get a lot of stuff through Comixtorian and Cape Joel.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Actually, I just read through Comixtorian the World's Finest Kingdom Come thing that you kept on talking about.
Yep.
And I was like, holy shit, I need to read every issue of World's Finest now if it was this good.
Yeah, excellent. Mark Waid might be a douchebag in real life, but he writes a really good fucking comic.
You know, I had a couple good experiences with Mark Waid. I don't know if the douchebaggery is like recent, but when he was writing Daredevil, I was actually a visually impaired consultant with him for about 2 hours at a con.
Oh, nice.
You know, where he was just picking my brain about he's like, just tell me what it's like to be blind.
Yeah.
Did you ever say close your fucking eyes?
I was trying to be polite. I try to not ruin things for the rest of the blind community by trying not to be a douchebag like that.
Nice. Yeah, I know a lot of people have said that too. Got to be honest. Billy says, "Got to be honest. Had a great experience with Waid in person." Yeah. All right, let's continue. So here's the Red Band Blood Hunt. This is the whole set, but there's the Red Band. So if you guys don't know, in the Blood Hunt stuff, they're doing like a Red Band that has extra pages and extra art, extra storyline that's adult. So
okay.
It says the
Bryan,
skies.
It's probably good you left. Adam and I had a little adult conversation
It wasn't that adult.
Yeah, nice, good.
Yeah,
good.
It was really tame and PG-13 compared to Awesome Sauce Radio standards, but that's cool.
Yeah. So it says here, the bloodiest Marvel event ever. The skies have gone dark, the sun hiding its face from the carnage to come. The children of the night, the vampires, have risen from the dark and hidden places all over the world as one to have risen from the dark and hidden places of the world as one to drown the Marvel universe in blood. Earth's final night has fallen. Can even the heroes of this doomed world stem the tide of blood that is to come? Join the Avengers, Blade, Bloodline, Spider-Man, Hunter's Moon, Tigra, Doctor Strange, and Clea as the Dance of the Death begins in Blood Hunt #1 on sale in May. So
it sounds interesting.
Yeah. More vampire stuff is cheap. It's hard to do good vampire stuff to me. Oh shit, Thurl's backstage. What's up, brother? How long you been sitting back
what up,
there?
my brother? Nah, I just got here.
Okay, good.
I got some permission. I got permission from the wife, man.
Nice.
Got her to sign the permission slip, and here I am.
How you doing, brother?
Chilling, man. What's going on, Nate?
Hey, buddy.
Adam was good, man.
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
We got another facsimile coming out. They're going to do the first Teen Titans facsimile, Brave and the Bold, in a foil. Oh my God! Look at this!
Black.
Look at this! Holy shit! Look at that! I don't know if I like her face that much, but that cover is awesome.
So this is the only thing I was going to mention about. Like, I'm so excited about X-Men coming back out, the cartoon. And I watched all the other ones, but seriously, is Jubilee still going to come out with her raincoat and her jorts? I mean, she's going to have the same goddamn outfit, and that, I like Jubilee, but I'm like, man, take that yellow raincoat and those jorts and
retire them,
Taylor Swift or something.
Jorts. Oh my God, bro, that's funny.
If she lived in Florida, that's fine. If she lived in Louisiana, I'd expect her to smell like corn dogs. That's fine. There's got to be some kind of change.
Did you guys hear about the showrunner got fired?
Yep.
Did we know what for? Have they said what for?
Yeah, like right before.
Did you talk about this at all?
I think it was on Thoro's show.
Yeah, Thorough.
Yeah, they don't. So it's all speculation right now. They're saying all kind of things. They said it had to do with Bo DeMeo having a freaking OnlyFans, and they were saying that they didn't like his the things that he was doing on there. I wouldn't know. I'm not subscribed to the damn guy, so I have no idea who the hell.
He's on the PG version of OnlyFans, which is
that's why I was like,
explicit. It was not explicit, so he's on the explicit version of OnlyFans. I guess he was just having like pictures of him with his shirt off, flexing and shit like that, I guess.
No, I figured once he went on Thoro's show, Thoro's like, oh yeah, he's ruined the guy. Thorough was the one's like, yeah, more Jubilee, more jorts.
Yeah, as soon as you get talked about on Thoro's show, it's you're done. You're donezo.
He fucking. I think there's more to it though, because he took down absolutely every avenue on social media that he's had, and he took it all down to include his website. So I think that there's a lot more. Some people are also speculating that it has to deal with like sexual allegations against him, and some people are saying that he was tough to work with. You guys know that he was trying to rewrite the Blade movie all over again, and then they had to fire his ass because he couldn't get anything going. So there's a lot of talk in reference to Bo DeMeo right now, and so we'll see what happens.
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, what I thought he was tied to one of the movies. So
yeah, Blade. Yep, Blade.
And was that with the guy? I can't remember his name, but the guy who's from what's the Netflix series?
The dude
talking about Mahershala Ali.
Yeah, because he's awesome.
Whose name I can't forget.
Well, they killed that movie, right? The word on the street is they killed it.
That guy's a stud. Like, why would you? If you can't get that guy in a movie, whether it's Blade or something else, like. Again,
they were getting ready to produce the movie again, but then all of a sudden they just said that they nixed it all over again.
Yeah.
So I was just like, when the hell are they even going to get started? Because they're supposed to be coming out with that film by 2025. Then they came out and said that initially they were going to go back to like the 1920s. And then now they're saying that it's going to take place in modern times. Now they went from shooting in Atlanta to shooting in UK. So that movie's all over the place, man. I don't even know if it's ever freaking gonna happen.
Yeah, it says Marvel reportedly shelves movie sequel plans for 3 of its biggest box office bombs.
Yep, I heard about this. Ant-Man, Captain Marvel.
I was about to say Miss Marvel 2, and there wasn't a 3, so let's just go ahead and put Madame Web. Does that include your Sony affiliates?
Yeah, Eternals is one of them, which is interesting because we were just talking about that the other night. I said, are they going to make an Eternals 2? Because I'll be honest, Eternals wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was
fine.
Yeah, and
it's worth watching.
Yeah, and there's a cool the Celestials are cool things in the universe, but the problem I think is it just doesn't fit with where they're going in the MCU. Like, you know what I mean? They made a turn. They made a pivot.
It's just one of those things, like you know, if you're talking about like your 3 biggest bombs, like, and I don't want to say like Ant-Man, it's just Ant-Man, but like, you know, Captain Marvel, people I don't think they ever really got on board with anything in Captain Marvel, and they try to make her bigger than what she was. I did like the girl in the series. I thought the series was actually not too bad, but the movies just not that great. I think Monica Rambeau, I think you can do something with her. Like she's really good.
Yeah.
But
maybe we'll see her in some mutant stuff since she showed up. You know, she landed in the world of the mutants. Maybe we'll see that. I mean, we're at the point now where we need to talk about basically the biggest news, right, of the day, and that is the rumors that Henry Cavill is going to be playing Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Yep. What do you guys think?
Interesting.
I think it's just taking a shot at DC. To be honest with you, I don't even think it's anything like, you know. I wasn't expecting that. I thought maybe he was gonna be like Captain Britain or some shit, but I think they're nixing all of that. So now that they have an opportunity, they're bringing him in to do, you know. I don't know. Have you seen the face swaps that they've been doing?
Yeah.
With the Wolverine movie and putting his face on it. I was like, look,
I gotta see it to believe it. On like, I got, you know, I'm just so like, I think he'd be great in a Marvel movie until they actually push out Hugh Jackman or something happens. I have a hard time. Like I know I don't think they're going to the multiverse is too hard to follow. I don't think they're going to run too well with that. So until they actually really push or find, like you're finding like him as Wolverine, maybe like a little bit here and there, I have a hard time believing he's going to be like a full-time Wolverine.
I believe it when I see it. There's like 8 different Marvel MCU rumors a day, and it's some of this stuff is like, I'll just believe it when I see it.
It's going to be like John Krasinski, bro.
Yep.
Playing Reed Richards.
Which I think would still be great.
Yeah.
John he would be great as Reed Richards. I wonder if there was a change in their casting directors, you know? It feels like it.
Possibly.
It feels like there's a big change. Jackman is 6'3", Cavill is 6'1". He's perfect.
He's shorter. Canadian.
Yeah.
He's from Alberta.
Zero chance.
I agree with it.
Zero chance he's full-time Logan. Well, this guy has had good this week. Can we get some toast? This scooper has some good wins in the past. He says, I can confirm that Henry Cavill will in fact play Wolverine, a Wolverine variant in Deadpool and Wolverine. Fans will be very pleased with his appearance. What if it's like a Wolverine Superman crossover?
But what if it's like the Wolverine from, you know, the original, like the Wolverine's Origins movie, or, you know, just some, you know, because Ryan Reynolds gets killed at that point. I don't know. It's just sometimes simpler. Sometimes simple is better. Like we finally get like Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together in their costume, like the costumes they should be in. I hope they don't just go nuts. And yeah, I mean, is this a movie where they actually have like enough budget to have like 5 X-Men? Like maybe you don't need the budget.
Oh man, this is crazy though.
I just want Peter. I just want Peter back from Deadpool 2. That guy fought against Vance Malnova.
I just hope that Deadpool 3 doesn't become cameo porn.
It is.
Like the Flash movie was.
Yeah, I think Adam, you're on the side.
All I need is Blake Lively as Lady Deadpool, and I'll be happy.
Or Jenna Jameson, whatever.
Man.
No, it's gotta be Blake Lively as Lady Deadpool.
I saw Jenna Jameson at HorrorCon, yo. She looks like you know how when kids and you were a kid you'd leave fucking Play-Doh outside. That's what Jenna Jameson looks like right now, bro.
I believe it.
Adam, I think this is a conversation we were having when Bryan was gone.
All over the place. She must be hurting right now.
How wet was it outside?
You know what's funny? There's a tie to Jenna Jameson to Beyond Wednesdays. Beyond Wednesdays is like the Kevin Bacon seven. What is it? 7.
I was gonna say if it's Brian McClay, I'm so glad to be here.
Yeah, Richie is good friends with Tito Ortiz, and Tito Ortiz was married to Jenna Jameson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god. It's the greatest show ever. I don't know what ABC gives out broadcast awards for or Oscars, but this is it right now. Like, that is fantastic. Can we call Richie?
Now I'm thinking of having some fan art of Jenna Jameson in a Deadpool costume drawn up.
You could AI that, I'm sure.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Look at this.
And two AI can give me the weird science where I can make a girl weird science style.
Hey, that's a little underrated. Yeah. What simply said we said make them bigger. I was like, yeah.
Is that a new cover to Labyrinth, or is that the original cover? And I don't remember that being the cover. Didn't they did a Labyrinth comic? That wasn't the cover though, right?
Yeah. It wasn't like Labyrinth like all the other ones. It was 4 parts. And it wasn't that black. I mean, like the Labyrinth, it wasn't. And he wouldn't have had David Bowie.
This is the original cover. Holy shit!
Get the fuck out of here.
That's a good cover, man.
Oh wow!
Really? Wow.
That's a really good cover.
But it's got to be different because up in their corner, because David Bowie wouldn't have been up there.
All right, let's take a look here.
And it couldn't have been that black. He just doesn't feel like Marvel in 1984 would have done that dark.
It's a real cover. Look at that.
Well, what the fuck do I know? So I'll just shut the fuck up.
Bro, that's a really good cover right there. Wow. With the little gremlins and stuff in the back, all coming out of boxes. That's a creepy ass cover. And David
look at
Bowie,
the little Spider-Man logo right down the bottom. And
he's got the colored eyes. Can you see the different colored eyes?
No.
Seeing things is so overrated.
Was this some kind of joke? How the fuck am I going to see them?
Oh my god.
Well, your site's better than mine, Nate. So,
well, I think we're fucked.
Yeah,
you let Adam and I just drop the car.
Well, there's a new Miguel Mercado variant. If any Labyrinth fans out there. Toxic Commando, John Carpenter's Toxic Commando Part Number 2. That is a crazy cover. Yuck.
I think I know her.
Killtown. That looks interesting. Power Rangers. Look at this. Miles Morales Spider-Man 19 Vecchio Vampire variant. I like how they put the original cover in the upper right.
That's a great cover.
Right?
The Dracula. Yeah.
That's interesting.
So this is the Year of the Vampire?
Yeah, Year of the Vampire stuff.
Brian, we had a question while you were gone. Do you still have your punch?
Yes, I do. I do. Penthouse. Ooh, look at that. There we go. For all you booby book fans, that's about as close as you can get.
Now I know where Rogue's ass went.
Oh my god.
Baltimore.
Look at that cover. Jesus.
Well, there's a line on the back.
Yeah. You got the Rat City #1. We talked about that. Scorched. Sinister Sons. Is anybody reading Sinister Sons?
Not yet.
Yeah. Spectacular Spider-Man #2. There's a Canaro. What is this? Let's look at this. Mike McCone. Vampire.
Issue 1 was good.
pretty cool. It's the Morbius cover. Speed Force. Oh, here we go. Spider Boy. Is that Dan Perrin?
Spider Boy, I think it'd be a cool cover. I can't do the Spider Boy thing. I think it's just horseshit.
Yeah, Benjamin Sue. Spider Boy Peach Momoko. What the hell?
Spider Boy and
what a weird cover, man. That is a
it's like in between
cover.
my hips, my uterus.
It's like a uterus peeing in a cup, bro.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, it looks like somebody.
Nice femurs.
Yeah. Jesus, that's a rough one. This one's kind of cool though. Look at this.
Oh.
Bailey Briggs has found his way back to the woman who created him, and the lives of his new family hang in the balance. So who is Bailey Briggs? Is he like a robot? Is that what it is? Is he a Frankenstein?
Still don't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that just gave it up right there. Somebody created him.
Yeah, this might be the tell-all right here.
Yep. Look at this. Wow. That's a good cover.
Yeah, they're good covers. It's just
that's a really good
great
one.
cover.
Yeah. That is really fucking good.
Really good cover.
Yeah. Spider-Woman number 6, Belen Ortega. That is beautiful. Saint Mercy, Defiant, Star Trek Defiant. There was one. There was another one that Star Wars High Republic, Phase 3, number 5. That's the book that everybody's going crazy for right now. Stitches. This is a really good Star Wars cover.
That is.
Yeah.
Clean.
Yep.
Can you imagine trying to get that autographed and get it 9.8?
It'd be cool to get a sketch done in this area. You know what I mean? Like with a red paint pen. Get like
Ian McDermott signs a lot of stuff, so he would be perfect to sign that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool.
Hayden Christensen's doing the convention circuit now too, like a madman.
Yep. You get some really nice autographs on that if you get a clean one.
Hopefully, when Jake Lloyd becomes healthy again, you can get him out on the convention circuit too.
Thundercats.
He's the dark side, so I don't know if that's going to happen.
You got another Liefeld cover.
No, with the dark side, bro. No, with the dark side.
Transformers number 7. Transformers is great. Here's all
I picked up 6. Have you read 6 yet?
I haven't read it yet.
Okay.
Right. I only read up to issue 5 so far.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. That's a great cover by Linnell Francis Yu right there.
That is.
Wow. That's really good. Just get rid of that.
It's like, what if Venom was like Doctor Strange with that cape?
That's awesome. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is FOC. Well, here's a Peach Momoko Venom book. That's kind of cool how it's like a mask. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's...
That is FOC.
Peach has her parts. She has her parts. But that Labyrinth was... Man.
Yeah, that was
really
a good
nice.
That was a good cover.
Really nice. Really nice.
Yeah, that was really excellent stuff. All right, so I got tagged.
Stop playing, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I got tagged in a bunch of posts this week from our boy Nick GQ. And since Thorough is here, it's perfect timing to talk about this. Let's get into the drama report.
Drama!
What is Drummler? Into the news. Into the
news. Redhood will be back next week to do that.
I don't know. He may be replaced. Let's just.
Well, thank you. He's irreplaceable, man.
Well, they're parts.
So, what is the deal? Did you get hit up about this too, Thorough?
Which one? The scammers?
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
So, who are these people? I haven't heard anything about. This is my first time hearing about these people. Nick GQ, I'm guessing, got totally scammed on eBay. Was it eBay? There's some scammers that are on eBay that have just scammed.
It's on eBay.
Like fucking a ton of people. It's unreal. Let me find this here. I'm having a problem finding it here. Hold on. I thought he sent it from a different. There we go. All right, here we go. So, has anybody heard of this person, scammer Aram Sharinian? He goes by Bijou Baby 05. Nick put out this post that says, "Report criminals resurface. I have recently become a victim now of this scam crime ring on eBay by all_things_comics on eBay, aka Narbe." I don't even know how to say that name. There are multiple news and blog stories also reporting these scammer users going back for years now, and I've recently fell prey to them as well on eBay. And he tagged a bunch of us on here. So this is crazy, man. What is this guy still doing on eBay? Here's the guy right here. Says this is from 2012, and the guy's still doing it.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Using this name, he has been caught red-handed perpetrating many fraudulent activities via eBay over a period of at least 6 years, going back to 2006 and further. His ongoing activities could be classified as both fraud and theft. Given the significant amounts of money he has pilfered from others over the years, his crimes qualify as grand theft according to California statute. The types of theft conducted possibly fall in the range between Class F and Class I felonies. Since the frauds are perpetrated online, they also qualify as wire fraud and computer crime, and therefore meet the definition of federal crimes within the greater United States. You know, Thorough, I hear that all the time, especially in comics world, where they talk about wire fraud and computer crime, being able to go after all these people that screw you on a comic book deal. Is that true? I mean, do we know anybody that actually happened to?
It is, but here's the problem. How many comic collectors out there do you honestly see going into police station and reporting, hey, somebody, hit me with the okie doke on comics? Absolutely nobody. So that's the problem. That's why I try to tell people, anytime that any crime is being committed against you, you need to go file a police report. It's the same reason why earlier today I did a show on the follow-up with CGC in their first court case against the couple that was stealing stuff from CGC. So they just took it civilly. They weren't doing the whole like, hey, we're going to go to the freaking, longest extent of the law of going after them and this, that. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's like I tell people, if something is happening, if a crime is being committed against you, you have to report on it. You have to. It's the same reason why I see the guy Ulysses. He's going to walk away scot-free. He's just going to end up having to pay CGC, but nothing is criminally going to happen to him. He's going to be walking around and who knows, wait a couple years and then go back and do the same shit.
Yep.
So the problem is, as long as people don't report any of these crimes, nothing is ever going to happen to any of these people. I mean, you could just see what it said that this guy has been going on since 2012, something like that.
2006.
And that's the reason. Oh, damn. So yeah, there you go. That's a good reason why. Mm-hmm. Nobody will ever. I've noticed one trend that nobody in collectibles, any freaking form of collectibles, ever goes after people and files reports and anything, because they're afraid that somebody at the police station is gonna laugh at them and be like, "Yo, this guy really came in here talking about him, getting freaking scammed out of comic books," and that's what everybody fears. So that's why I said, I was like, nobody's ever gonna fucking, like nothing's ever gonna happen to any of these folks at all.
Yeah. All right. So it says here that him and his accomplices appear to have sold hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of items that have been false advertised and price manipulated. It is not a stretch to describe the enterprise using the word criminal. His MO is to buy high-value collectibles, aka comic books, that have been restored and graded by a respected third-party grading company, aka CGC Comics. He then removes the collectibles from their certification holders and then resells them to unsuspecting collectors without disclosing the extent of restoration. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? He also
I've heard this one before.
He also grossly inflates the grade of the item in spite of knowing the designation provided by the grading company. His method involves an ongoing practice of intentionally making false material statements for the sole purpose of defrauding consumers. This is the definition of fraud according to both state and federal law. He also appears to manipulate his online auctions using shills and other illegal, unethical methods, which is, day one for the scammer in the comic book world. Numerous examples have been detailed on the message board established by the CGC grading company as well as other collectors' forums. I wonder if they're still up there. Because we all know, Thorough, you definitely know, CGC likes to take down messages on the message boards.
All the time, man. All the freaking time. And that's something that, again, I've just gotten into the habit. I go on there. I freaking anything that could potentially be bad, for any bad spotlight for CGC. They'll take it down, or anybody that they know that is going to reach out to them and say, hey, we need this to get taken down, blah, blah, blah. So I've gotten in the habit of just being on there. And as soon as I see shit pop up, I just automatically just start taking pictures of everything because I know one way or another is going to disappear.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So it says here, he lives or lived at one time in California with possible previous addresses in San Diego and San Francisco. They talk about where he lives, which is interesting. He has been observed working with accomplices who aid him in perpetuating the fraud. Their names include, and there's all the names, Christopher Paoli, a.k.a. Christopher Daniel Paoli, or Christopher Paoli, and Alex Nisthal. He's got a bunch of different names. Online searches suggest all but him were college friends at Cal Poly at University in Paloma. Wow, they went deep on these guys. Many of them were born in 1984. Jesus.
I was already like 10 years old when these people were born.
This shit is deep, man. This site went comicbookinformation.blogspot.com has a bunch of scammers on it, so this is a great site. Have you ever seen this site, Thorough?
Yeah, this is my first time at the Nick GQ Center, but there's a lot of freaking websites that people are creating in reference to scammers, just period. And here's the funny part. So this is a great example to everybody and anybody. I'd never believed that when it comes down that there is a lot more people at play. For example, with this guy Ulysses, with the current scam that's going on. With that guy, he's not doing that shit by himself. That's the problem that I have with CGC. CGC says that they're doing a thorough investigation and this, that, and the third. But I was like, they're not. They're just investigating on their behalf so that they get their money. And then the freaking insurance companies take go ahead and do the investigation for them. They search through everything and they say, okay, these are the things that have been affected by this said person. I was like, he's not the only one. The shit that CGC fails to realize is that there's more people at play, to include a shop that people don't want to people don't want to talk about. I talked about it on my channel. I told people there's a set freaking shop in Brooklyn that freaking is affiliated with this guy. They haven't freaking looked into him. Why? Because nobody pressed charges through the police. Everybody automatically decided to go ahead and send CGC the books in. And as soon as you send your books in, that's it. That's it. It's done. You don't have that evidence on you anymore. The best thing that anybody could have done was actually file their own freaking, start their own paper trail and then go from there. But to go and listen to what CGC is doing, CGC is not going to do anything but get paid out from this guy. And that's just one person. This is a multiple people operation, like what you're seeing with this guy. They freaking listed out everybody within his connection. They just went out and put everybody that was there and said, hey, this is who you have to, this is who else you got to watch out for. These guys also are part of this scam. It's, scams like that, big scams like that, it's never a one party freaking, thing. So now this is where we go. And shout out to this dude, Paul Lesko, because this guy is always, he is a hobby lawyer. That's probably the best guy to ever talk to when it comes to anything dealing with any hobby whatsoever. This guy deals with, with like freaking fraud that's happening within the coin community, all that stuff. He's been talking about the whole CGC case right here versus the Terrazas. And now he's going to be talking about next. You'll see, because he even says it right there that, the case may be settled before them because that's all they want. They just want to settle the case. They're not going after him to say, hey, put him in prison. That's not what it is. They're just trying to get some sort of money out of it. And that way, for them, again, this is all about optics. CGC goes out and he says, you see, guys, we did something. So everybody now becomes happy and everybody's like, oh, my God, thank you, CGC. You did this, you did that. In reality, they didn't do shit. Yeah. And you guys have to hold on to these things. And, for the, majority of the people that were affected by this freaking, swapping the books out of the CGC cases and everything like that, everybody has been affected by that. They're not going to do shit about that either. Yeah. Because now everything went to a third party. They get told by their investigation company, hey, you guys need to do A, B, and C over here. And then you guys can go ahead and sue this person. And that's about it.
Yeah. I want to jump back into the stuff we were just talking about here. Where did I go with that? I think it's here. Did I close it? I think I closed it. So the Nick GQ stuff, I don't know. Did we know what they did? Did they do the same thing to Nick that they said in the website? Did Nick say what happened to him?
He never explained it. That's why I was wondering though too, because from what he's saying is that they'll manipulate the prices of these books. I'm sure Nick GQ's savvy enough to not go and purchase from somebody that he knows where prices are being manipulated. So I'm wondering, what the hell book did you purchase from this dude to get to have the wool pulled over your freaking eyes? That's what I would love to know.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find this. I want to figure out what the dude actually did. Let's see here.
Yeah, because like you said, from 2006 going on to the present, and it's still running that scam. It's because nobody's ever done anything about it. And economics, yeah, CGC does civil so they can brush under the rug after. Exactly. That's 100% why.
Says, I have recently become one of the many full articles containing the scammers, and he doesn't say it. He doesn't
say what happened.
That's interesting. Let's see here if he says on any of his other stuff. Nope. Yeah, man. We're gonna have to find out what happened to him, but he sent a flurry of messages out. So basically, you guys, the guy was doing the same thing that we hear about all the time, saying he has something that's better than it is, and it's not, and all kinds of shit like that. So
I'm wondering too if he, because when you were reading that whole profile and everything, I'm wondering too if this guy was also doing similar things that we're, with the whole freaking, removal of the books and everything. I'm wondering if this guy is actually doing the same thing and swapping it out into other freaking CGC cases, because if that is the case, then that means that there are tainted CGC cases out there in the public. Somebody has them and nobody even freaking knows about it. So now you have another scandal on your hands right here with this one.
It says here, it has been alleged that, and he names the guys that are involved, all the guys that are friends with him, have been involved in purchases of high-value comics in a CGC restored holder, which are then cracked out and transferred to sell comics as raw at an inflated grade. Because if you sell it raw, most people aren't going to look to find out if it's restored. If it's in a restored holder, you lose a ton of value, but you can pop it out. It's still a good-looking book and high grade, but there's not a page missing, or there's a page missing, or something like that.
90% of people, 90% of collectors can't tell restoration, bro.
Yep.
If it's really good restoration, it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
This creates, it says here, they've acted as shills in his auctions using multiple eBay accounts to bid the items and inflate the value. It creates the illusion of a successful and thriving auction as well as desirable sale item, which encourages outsiders to participate and buy at a grossly manipulated price. Yep. We've been talking, I mean, that's then the eBay drama forever.
Yeah.
The apparent rationalization using the bidder should not be bid more than willing to pay. Let's see here. Does it say anything else? It just goes on. It says the eBay stuff he uses, Bijou Baby. Is he still there? Let's see here. That'd be hilarious if he's still using it. Nope. What about this one?
So that means he's probably got another account out there.
Right there. Feedback. Nothing in the last 12 months. Yeah, we're going to have to find out from Nick what happened, because obviously this guy has screwed a bunch of people over, but how did he screw you over? That's what we want to know. Yeah, that's interesting. Well, that being said, it is what it is. That's the normal BS. Hey, what did you think about the CGC video that they put out, them showing how they grade new books and stuff like that?
Dude, I did a reaction video to that shit, man. Bro, again, one thing I will give them credit that I do with CGC is that they have one hell of a PR team, because they fucking, I swear to God, they will tell you everything under the sun. And then, of course, the fanboys and fangirls of CGC fall for that shit. And it's like they all come out in troves. And if you look at that video and just read what people posted on there, and you could tell who the CGC fanboys are and the ones who've grown tired of the bullshit, because you'll have, thank you, CGC, you're my savior. Or fucking, thank you, CGC, I can't believe how quick you guys acted on this. Thank you, CGC, because you guys are being so transparent. They're not fucking transparent. Like, bro, this dude literally separated everything into stacks. Fucking goes, here's your 10-0s, here's your 9.9s, here's your 9.8s. I've seen fucking 9.8s that look better than that fucking 9.9s and those 10-0s. And I was like, you got to be shitting me, bro. So it's like none of the graders can ever give you like the correct terminology as to how they came down to this grade, because everybody seems to give you something different. And I'm like, bro, for you to like literally have a 10-0 gem mint, bro, that shit has to be immaculate. That 10-0 he picked still had some fraying at the top. It was slight, but I mean, you have to have an immaculate fucking comic book to be a 10.
Yeah,
that's why 10s are so damn hard. And I was like, you might as well take that shit, bro, and put that shit in the 9.9 pile. Because I was like, you're confusing the fuck out of everybody right now. And everybody was complaining about freaking gloves. And I was like, yo, that's 100% correct. Here's one thing that I'll tell you, right? So he kept talking about a glossy exterior. So whenever I used to have to deal with cases with cars being broken into and freaking stolen, all this shit, any glossy surface, bro, your fingerprints are going to be all over them. It doesn't matter how many times you wash your hands. It doesn't matter absolutely nothing. So you can't tell me that these guys are fucking not leaving fingerprints.
Yeah.
Because you know very well they'll freaking go ahead and lower the grade on a comic book if there's fingerprints on the book. And that's why I was like, dude, this dude would have to wash his hands literally every time he touches a book. And then the worst part was when they always keep telling everybody, hey, we also judge by the interior of the book. Not one damn time did this motherfucker open the book.
Not once.
Not one single time.
And that was my biggest problem. My biggest problem was because there's a moment in the video where you see him moving, he opens up a stack and he's moving books, and you see cut pieces of covers where the printer would cut a piece of the cover or cut a piece of a page, and it would fall into the books and they would get stacked together. So if it fell into there in between books, how is there? You can't tell me there's not a chance that it could get in the book. So at least look in the book and see if there's anything that's going to fall out of it. So that was. Again, you said it best in a greatly sarcastic way, that the PR team at CGC is so ridiculous, bro. So ridiculous that they can't help but tripping over themselves constantly. It's unbelievable. Every new thing that comes out, there's something wrong with it. And people say that there's CGC that we're CGC bashing. I'm a CGC fan. I'm one of the people that for the longest time has always said, you know, I'm a CGC guy. I like Matt. I root for CGC. So I'm a CGC fan. It's hard not you cannot see what's going on and hear what's going on and not have a feeling in your head like this is bad. This is not good. This constant tripping over yourselves. You know, you had the 2 cases. You had the 9.9 newsstand stuff, and then or Mark Jeweler stuff. You had the case with these 2 people that were stealing labels and, you know, stealing items. They did
creating additional on top.
Yeah. Then they did the video that came out right after everything got announced when they're at MegaCon, and it's like this crazy goofy video. Don't do that. What are you doing with that? The Metropolis Mr. Pink stuff that you also broke, which was fucking crazy. Like, what CGC, what are you doing? Now you're always going, anytime this story comes up about Metropolis and Comic Connect shill bidding, your name is involved because you tried to hide it. If they wouldn't have done that, nobody would be talking shit about CGC. It's sad.
And then here's my thing. I've spent thousands, dude, just like you guys. I spent thousands upon thousands of dollars when I used to submit my books. And then my reason, I told this to everybody, I stopped doing that shit because I wasn't getting my books back. Fucking shit would get lost. I'd go to the damn store that would submit books for me, and they'd be like, dude, your books are still not here. Where the fuck are they? Hey, you know, fast turnaround, everything. Where the fuck are my books? And then all of a sudden it'd be like, hey, unfortunately we lost this book. Okay, what are you going to do in reference to that? We could give you a $50 credit. This what they used to say back in the days. We'll give you a $50 credit for your grading. Mind you, I was like, then why the hell did I just pay fucking $500 of insurance on the fucking book in the first place? And you're going to give me a $50? I was like, you're fucking ridiculous. So those were my personal experiences. Had a damn book, send in a Hulk 102 with a damn date stamp on it. Guess what I received? A book. I was like, I don't know what the hell they did, or they must have a fucking magical cleaner over there for their pressing service. Because I was like, how the fuck does my book come back with a fucking date stamp on it? Dude, it was just one ridiculous thing after the other, and I just grew tired. And I was like, yo, you know what? I was like, this is me wasting my money. I was like, if grading is subjective, then that means I could do the grading job too, right? I can go ahead and give my grade, and everybody should be okay with it. So I did shit with CBCS because I see Chad Cave said then use CBCS. I did the same shit with CBCS. CBCS took a fucking eternity, like a year, to give me my books back, and I have receipts on all this shit. A year. Why the hell, dude? In a year, I could have been dead.
Yeah.
I mean, all kind of shit could have happened.
And you lost a bunch of value on those books too.
Exactly. And I'm like, bro, what am I paying this money for? Of course, I'm gonna get pissed off over time. But here's my thing. A lot of people always say, okay, you know, that, you know, we need them. It's a thing. Okay, cool. And I tell this to everybody. I'm not here to tell you guys stop grading your books. I'm not telling you none of that. All I'm doing is providing information with hopes that CGC is going to get better from this. With hopes that they decide. Is the same how I think it's bullshit. I've known this for years because of the people that I mingled with for years. With that whole signature, with that witness being available for signatures, that's a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
How many times have I personally witnessed where somebody's taking something that wasn't even signed at an event and then they're passing it off as if it was signed it? It's like, come on. There's just way too much shit with it. And for you to spend your hard-earned money, I think you'd be pissed just as much as I would if you had to pay $1,000 on a CGC graded book and come to find out that shit isn't real. That would freaking piss off anybody.
GT Key Comics says, anybody watch the CGC unboxing video where the guy finds a Dorito in the back of his slab? No. Is that true?
What?
Is that fucking true?
Yeah, I don't think there was, man. I think that was like fucking AI.
Wow.
I don't know if it is.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you. But there was somebody that found a roach.
Oh,
Seen that
wow.
shit?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, somebody had a fucking roach in their fucking slab. And nobody can say, because I've heard people go, they're like, bro, maybe he lives in a roach-infested home. Ain't no fucking way. Listen, if those slabs are to prevent anything from going in there, there's no way in hell a fucking roach is gonna. But then again, here we go with the whole how they used to open up the slabs and switch books, so it wouldn't surprise me. It's like, come on.
It's not a cockroach.
Here's where looks like what happened with Nick. So this is other information that came out, and somebody even says you don't explain how you got defrauded, and he says multiple eBay purchases / fake claims and return refund fraud. Same nonsense they pulled years ago. That's what Nick says. So and here's the guy's shop. All Things Comics shop. It looks like.
So he still has one.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. So this is a book I talked about on the market report the other day. A 9.8 of this sold. Look, that has the same thing sold yesterday for a ridiculous amount that I talked about on my market report. That's funny.
Oh dang.
Yeah. Look, he's got a bunch of keys up here. I wonder if he's pulling the switcheroo.
Yeah, there you go. And I mean, it's been put out there. It's been put out there on how to do it. So who's to say that they're not doing it?
All Things Comic Shop. Well, time to save seller, and we'll see how that turns out, because that's very interesting. Man, he looks like a trusted seller to me, says the Ghost Zapper. Yeah. That's terrible, dude. That's terrible. Well, that's the one thing that we'll continue to call out in the community is liars and thieves and cheats. I think that's important, as long as it's justified. So hopefully Nick will come out with a little bit more information on what happened to him, and we'll figure it out from there. But who knows? Did you guys see? Now listen, you guys. You guys know I'm a Rob Liefeld fan. I love fucking Rob Liefeld to death. He cracks me up. He's one of the best. Did you see this Evangeline Rob Liefeld drawing?
What the fuck? Yeah, I didn't see
this might be one of the worst Rob Liefeld drawings.
When you say greatest, I'm sorry, you said worst? Greatest? Because she's her, I was actually at this same Hot Works. She went through the same cycling session I did. I think it's great.
It looks like she's got a package, bro. And it looks like
she's way better than I. She's actually carrying muscle.
Dude, it looks like she's like doing like this almost like I can't. There's something weird.
Thorough. If she and I were walking through, going to Yankee Stadium, getting off the train, he's gonna get fucked with. Not her.
Facts, bro. Facts. Yo, this is what Jenna Jameson looked like at that horror con I went to in Jersey. I shit you not, dude. Like, honestly, this is what she looked like. She was just drooping on every fucking end.
Was did she have cock and balls in her package?
That's what it looks like. Look at that.
Listen, the meat curtains, those things have been hanging for ages there. So
roast beef only lasts so long.
Look how short her forearm is right here. Look how long it is here and how short it is here.
It's coming forward.
Yeah, it's back like this.
How dare you, sir?
Rob Liefeld is the fucking best, though, man. I root that dude on every day.
If you had Liefeld on here explaining it, it'd
be even better. One day, buddy.
Or would he just block us on our own show?
I just want her to be wearing 501s, and then explain how the Levi is put in the X-Force universe.
Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you, man. It was crazy. All of a sudden, they had dark Levi's and they had light Levi's.
All right, I tell you, I'll root for him and try to get him on.
God damn, you guys see that?
On every show I can,
I think
man.
he's great, dude.
Yeah,
he is.
Bryan, I'll send you the name of this publicist.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, I have the name of this publicist somewhere in my records.
Nice.
I was trying to get him for Awesome Sauce Radio about a year or two ago, because without Rob, I would never have started Awesome Sauce Radio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm at a convention. I got a head sketch done. I got a stack of books signed. He's really nice. He's like, come for the head sketch. He's like, come back when I'm not busy. He's like, what did I tell you this morning? And in the morning, he was $100. He's like, just give me $50. And then we were just talking.
Because he didn't draw your feet? Or?
Probably not. But, he's like, you're hysterical. You should start a podcast. And like 2 years later, after I graduated from the School for the Blind, that's when I started Awesome Sauce Radio.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Oh, man. So he's.
Did you ever follow up with them after that? Like, I think he'd actually.
I've been trying to. It's just I'm going through the gatekeepers.
We gotta find some way to connect that back then.
I think I'm just gonna start telling the story on social media and tagging him and his publicist and everything and seeing how that works.
It's someone to pick it up. I think that actually makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah, it will work. That's for sure.
I got banned
about
by him.
That feet thing.
Can we get off the small feet obsession with him? He draws beautiful tits, horrible feet. I'm upset. Testify.
I guess they even out. Yeah. Great tits, small feet.
So one of the things that I want to talk about before we end comic drama session is, I talked about this last week, and I'm getting more than ever. Am I getting people telling me about the drama going on eBay Live? eBay Live is starting to become whatnot in the way we talk about them, which is very interesting, man. Now, you're probably hearing the same things, Thoro. It is there. From what I'm hearing, and this is what I keep getting told by multiple people. And when I say multiple people, I'm saying more than 5. There are people that I guess are getting that are becoming new sellers over there, that eBay has rules, right? There's certain things you can't do on eBay Live, which is one of the reasons that I think that when we first heard about eBay Live doing this, that it was like, okay, this is they have good rules set up. If they follow those rules, it could turn into something good, right? And what I mean by rules are things like, you can't. I don't think you can drink or use drugs on there. Which you guys know me. I smoke before every show. I'm cool with that. I'm glad that they don't allow that on there. Okay, if it's going to mean more money, some people get put off by that stuff. So it's going to mean more money. I'm good for that. No drinking. I'm good for that. If you want more money, I guess I don't know what the deal is with playing music on there. I don't know if there's a no playing music on there thing, but I haven't heard about that. I've definitely heard about the drinking and the drugs. Mystery boxes. eBay said no mystery boxes, which is awesome, right? Mystery boxes are great, but let's be honest. They're only great when they're done by good people. And for the most part, people who are doing mystery boxes are just offloading their shit. They're offloading, and this is what I mean by that. Like, we all know that Stein does the awesome Stein packs. Stein isn't trying to offload his backlog of exclusive variants that didn't sell to you in one of his Stein packs. Okay, you're getting killer books that for the most part aren't even they're I don't think there's ever been an exclusive variant in there. So you're having these people that are just offloading their old stuff. And what are they offloading? If you guys don't know this, unfortunately, this is what retailer exclusives have become. Instead of a bunch of retailers out there doing different exclusives, it's become a group of retailers that all share the same exclusives. So they're all selling the same books in the same 5-week period. And what's going to happen when one of those 10 people needs a little extra money that week because of a bill? You think they're going to maybe drop the price of those books to try to sell them quicker?
Undercut them, baby.
Undercut. Yep, exactly. So now you got people that are...
I used to call it the undercut wave.
Yep. And now you got people that are devaluing your brand because guess what? Your logo is on those books probably, right? I'm sure you're selling books that have other people's logos on them if you're in a group like that, and other people are selling your books that have your logo on them if you're in a group like that. So if somebody's selling your book that has your logo on them for more than 50% less than what you're selling it for currently, that's going to be a problem, right? That's a big problem. It's the same type of problem that we hear when somebody starts selling their variants early. There's a day when you're supposed to start advertising and selling those variants, and people will jump that date, and it causes huge waves behind the scenes. That was always one of the biggest things. So Billy says that group retailer thing has been happening for 3 years, and some of those groups have rules about resale value. Once time has passed, they can dump. Yeah, it's been going on for a while, but it seems like it's going on even more now. And so basically you have everybody selling the same books. Well, what does that mean? That means that they can't sell them, right? If everybody's selling the same books, they can buy it from somebody else. So then you're stuck. For example, what was one of the big things with Nerdy Girl and Epic Nation? Epic had that huge lot of books that were damaged of Nerdy Girls, and they never got to her in time. So now Nerdy Girl can't sell them, right? She's not going to be able to sell those books. You could probably buy them for $1 in a dollar bin somewhere. But when they first hit, she would have been able to sell them. So now you got people that are doing mystery boxes with nothing but garbage. They're offloading garbage, and it's starting to happen on eBay. You've got all the rules that eBay had that were good rules. They're starting to be watered down. And here's what I'm hearing. For the most part, the people that are being called out when I hear this stuff, they're Whatnot people. They're the people that were on Whatnot saying, Whatnot is the greatest brand ever. You know, they create Whatnot variants, the gorgeous ladies of Whatnot comic book. You know, they're Whatnot people.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah, it's not like it's somebody that's jumping over there. And they're basically the people that we talked about on Whatnot that stopped a lot of people from selling on Whatnot. It's a bummer. It's a real big bummer. I was hoping that eBay, and you know, I get it. eBay Live isn't just allowing anybody to come in there and sell, but at the same time, you have to have a start. You can't just open up the gates and let everybody run in and trample each other, you know? It's very sad. It's very sad. Because I think that could have been a really good thing.
I thought the issue would be with eBay is that they'd have such a bigger audience that you would never be able to bid on anything. So like if you're used to Whatnot and be like 40 people, it'd be 400, 4,000. And you would never be able to, like, I think we saw a little bit of it in New York Comic Con exclusives. There were 100 or 200 of what it was. And you saw, if you watched in those rooms, I don't know the Whatnot math, but like it was hundreds and it creeped up thousands, like very, very quickly. But eBay, I mean, it's a huge, huge thing, and it's not comparable to Whatnot. It's very different. So that's the only concern I always had about that part.
And another big problem that I feel bad for is there are great sellers on eBay Live. There's Shout out to Bird City, Wanted Comics, Jesse James Comics, ANZ, JJ's Comics and Art, Clutch. Yeah. Clutch, JJ's Comics and Art. There's great sellers on eBay Live, and I feel bad also for them because now they're being grouped in with people that are not following rules and fuckery everywhere. That's it. There's fuckery everywhere, and it sucks. And from what I've heard,
you got to find the good guys.
Yeah.
It didn't take that long for fuckery to find its way to eBay Live. I was hoping maybe we get a year or two before this bullshit started happening.
I was actually afraid it would happen faster just because there's so many more people. And especially when you start getting cards and comics, it feels like a more dangerous place.
Yeah. Billy says, how to fix this? Marvel and DC have to start allowing stores to buy prints at $500, make more exclusives, and can stay with one store. I don't know what that means, but
I don't know if he's like referring, instead of you having to buy 3,000, you buy 500 copies of the book.
Okay.
But then that's a big problem though, because then from people that have been like in the printing industry that I've talked to, they said they will never do that. In order for them to make money, they have to print heavily.
Yeah.
So that's why you get that 3,000, 5,000, all that crazy numbers because of that. Like the only people that would print for you like a 500 print run type of thing would probably be like some small printing company.
Yeah.
That, like what you see with these guys doing those little exclusives like Epic does. He goes to Long Island and he goes to one little printing person that'll knock out, 100 prints or whatever book that he wants, the lava stuff, all that crap that everybody has become super gimmicky. That's about it. But for these big printing companies, you'd have to run at least 3,000, 5,000. That's one of the reasons too why you have all those overages that are sitting at Diamond. That's one of the reasons why I got told about that whole Ultimate Fallout 4 shit. That they were like, they sold a whole big ass box full of Ultimate Fallout 4s during COVID to freaking to Heritage. And so it starts to all make sense now. Especially talking to people that are within that printing industry, that they started saying, they're like, dude, they were like, if you think that we're only printing, let's say a freaking store orders 1,000 copies or some shit, and you get all those multiple 1 in 25s. They were like, in all honesty, those 1 in 25s were also printing 3,000 copies of that shit. And that's so now you start to think, is it, is the printing numbers, is all this crap, is it being honest? In reality, it's not, because then you have the people that, that they could rub elbows with and say, hey, I want to buy all this stuff off of you. And now you got more shit out there lingering. So this is, like what you're talking about with eBay. eBay is, it's not going to be safe from what's going on whatnot. They've already started going after people on eBay that were scammers on freaking whatnot, and they're on that platform too. So it's like nowhere safe. You just have to be smart and savvy. The big problem too is like, here's something that I've always asked everybody, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, but what are the incentives of buying an exclusive?
Well, the incentives of buying an exclusive are you get those ratio variants, right? You get all those ratio variants. You can sell those, and then you're able to also sell. You want to be able to sell out of your variants that you get, right? So, if you can sell out of that, that's the incentives, right?
Yeah, but then here's the problem. He's like, like for example, for us, right? We've all been manipulated. We've all gone through the, hey guys, we're coming out with a thing. It's limited to 999 copies. In reality, you already know how that works. They have to have those 3,000 printed, so that excess is still there. Nobody has ever shown videos of destroying. I've seen I remember Swaggle House when he did his thing. He burned it with torch and all that.
Yeah.
But it's like, not only that, it's like you have to talk about what they're doing within stores. And I've had this talk with a lot of people where they were saying, well, like, well, what I do is I had to take 1,000 because I wasn't going to be able to sell all 3,000. Then I gave 500 over here to this store. I gave another 500 over here. So now that way we'll be able to sell out of it. So now it looks like, again, that optics. It looks like everything is being limited. That's one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of freaking Epic. Epic loves to use that shit. He'll give it to other sellers, but then he'll say, "Hey, I only have 10." And that's something that he was doing with freaking Hive Comics of the Bronx. And I was like, "Yo, that's such a freaking shitty way of trying to sell people on this because people believe it. They start thinking, hey, I have a thing that's only limited, but in reality, Epic has 10, and then Cave freaking they end up having 100 copies from what they had initially because they ended up doing 110 copies, let's say. And it's just fucking wild because in the end, when you have all of these collabs and these guys can't sell it, you just said it before, right? What do? They dump them. And when they dump them, what was your incentive of picking up this exclusive when you paid $30 and now they're selling it for a fucking $1?
That's it.
I mean, look at that video, yo, and yo, I gotta give you a big salute, bro, for that industry show that you're doing, because that's a great way to open up everybody's eyes to a lot of shit. And I appreciate the honesty from Jesse. I appreciate the honesty from Dennis on a lot of the topics that you guys have been hitting on. And that's why, like, when I saw that Bryan video, I was like, yo, that dude right there himself, he was like, oh, guys, I'm going to sell you 500 copies of this book for freaking $1 a pop. And I was like, that don't make no sense. I was like, so that's why I try to say, I was like, if you know that these exclusives aren't really going to be freaking doing anything special, why even put your $30 into it when you could have put it into something else that, that you'll be better off with? And that's why I said, I was like, is there truly any incentives in purchasing these exclusives? In my personal opinion, there isn't. It's pointless. It's literally you just waiting, and you're better off just saying, you know what, I'll just wait till this shit fucking goes to shits, and then I can buy the damn thing for $1.
Yep. I agree.
If an exclusive is done right, it's a great PR. It's a great PR vehicle.
All right, so there's only a few incentives for buying exclusives, in my opinion, nowadays, because of the incentive to flip is gone because they're not worth them. They're not worth, as soon as you buy them, they're worth basically less, in my opinion, for retailer exclusives. The only incentives there are for buying retailer exclusives is if you love the art of their cover, or two, you just want to support somebody that you like supporting. Those are the only incentives to me for buying retailer exclusives nowadays. And that's, I'm okay with that. Because I think that we need that type of thing in comics where it's gone to, so you have like that meter, right? That says this side is people that are, want to flip something and that are looking at it as a collectible thing, and then this side, these are the people that are just readers and love comics, right? And there's that meter where you have like 50% that they kind of play in both fields. I think the meter has gone too far this way now, where everybody's trying to make money off comics, to where there needs to be a little bit more love in the, okay, we're just doing it because I want to support Bird City Comics, or I want to support Wanted Comics, or I love the art. Like, oh my God, I love this series. What a great cover. That's it. There's no speculation value to me on retailer exclusives. There's really no, flipping. That's what speculation is, right? There's no flipping value on them anymore. So it's a bummer.
But then here's the other killer, bro. You know what I hate and I can't fucking stand nowadays is when you have the artists, and I blame them too for this shit, because they got so deep into what you're talking about. It was more about selling than the love of it. And like Mike Mayhew, love the guy's art, but he is notorious for that shit. And I'm starting to see with other artists too. J. Scott Campbell started to do it, and I hated seeing that from J. Scott Campbell. But you go on their freaking stores, right? They all have stores now. Go on their stores, and all of a sudden it's Mike Mayhew, notorious for it, is like sold out. Wait 3 months to 6 months, and you'll see Mike Mayhew all of a sudden. Guess what, guys? Warehouse find.
Yep.
Where the fuck did you all of a sudden have these fucking books, asshole? Like, all of a sudden it's a warehouse find. Every time he shows a video, he literally shows the palette of the comic books he has. So how the hell do you have a warehouse find after you know exactly where the fucking shit is at, bro? It makes no sense. And then those are stupid little things that people are starting to pick out, right? And now people are like, you know what? Why the fuck am I even purchasing this book from you for $50? I don't care if you signed it. Why am I purchasing this from you? If next thing you know, now all of a sudden, freaking Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all that shit rolls around, and all of a sudden, you guys can't tell me not one single one of these stores comes out and says, "Oh, guys, we're having a massive fucking sale on these exclusives. We found all this, we found all that." And it's like, come on, bro. Like that shit right there, yo, you have no incentive. Remember how the exclusive game started off? Exclusives were when you went to a con and you received something and you never paid for it. You got it for free. That was your perk for spending so much money on these tickets.
Yep.
And it's not like that anymore. Now, like you said, it became a money grab. And that's how it still, and that's how it still is. And unfortunately, a lot of these shops that I'm watching, man, they keep closing shop because these guys are so in debt with freaking, for all these exclusive they've ever came out with. And I'm just like, yo, bro, why would you continue to do that shit to yourself if you want to keep a business rolling? Because the money was too good during COVID.
Yep.
Got greedy. And then that was
easy. It was easy. There is two words, the two I's that I keep hearing about when it comes to selling comics in this world today, right? Integrity and inventory. If you don't have inventory, you're just paying, you're slowly bleeding out. You're paying for the next exclusive run with the books that you're selling now, and you're not selling as many each month that goes by. If you don't have that inventory of back issues, you're in a real tight place. There's very few retailers that sell just retailer exclusives and the new modern ratios they get from those retailer exclusives that are profitable, right? Just the good ones, right? Yeah. That I can think of. The rest of them, they don't have the inventory. If you don't have the inventory, the back issue inventory, you're kind of fucked in this game of selling comics.
Oh, facts.
So,
and then you had a massive boom of sellers, bro, when COVID came around. How many people started to get in the comic book game and everybody was like, holy shit, this is lucrative. Look at the amount of money that we can make on this. And everybody started to come in, and I was like, holy crap, I must have seen like a gazillion fucking comic book shops that were online. And now everyone is just dropping like flies, little by little, by little. Yeah. And I was like, I don't ever wish that upon anybody, that anything bad happens to you. I don't care if you're my worst enemy. I don't wish that upon nobody, because to see somebody's business fail, man, that shit sucks. Because you have a family, people rely on you for this business to be working. But again, it's just that greediness, bro, that just ate away at everybody and got the best of every. And now everybody's paying the consequences, because you talk about how, there's great people on Whatnot, great people on eBay, right? And those people get affected by all this shit because now everybody starts to look at them. Like, for example, Bird City, big shout out to them. Bird City comes out with an exclusive. Everybody's going to be like, oh, fuck, they're just like the rest of everybody. Yeah. They're trying to pull one over. You know what I mean? Yeah. And in reality, it's like they're doing their thing. They come out with some great exclusives that I've seen. I bought one from them at Baltimore Comic Con when I was there, because somebody asked me if I could get them one of that Super Mario, 8 Billion Genies. So when I was there, I bought two of them. I bought one for my daughter because she's a big Mario fan. And freaking cordial as hell, man. Enjoyed having a great time talking to them. And I just told him, I was like, these are like the one and few occasions where like these things would probably 3,000 copies of that book probably would sell out, right? And you find that very few and far between where you find things. Like I saw Economics in the chat, and he said, yo, you know how hard it is for anybody to sell 3,000 copies of something? Of course you're going to fucking eventually go under on your business, because you're there buying, paying all these crazy amounts, like $20,000 and beyond to make that shit happen. You don't receive anything back, or you even out and break out even. What did you really do? You didn't accomplish anything for your business. So it's one of, it's like I said, dude, I feel bad for all these folks. But again, it's like, man, you guys dug yourselves into this, but people just never realized that there were going to be consequences in the end, and that people were going to be, hip to the fact that, hey, a lot of these guys are scamming. A lot of these people are doing this. And it does fuck over all the good people, bro.
Yeah.
Because I said, and I see it repeatedly. It's like, again, great people all over these platforms, but they just get fucked over because everybody now looks at everyone that sells comic books and says, oh, man, There they at right now again with the typical shit again.
And here's a great to bring it back to like live sales. Here's a great thing. Whenever you hear a dealer or a retailer say something along the lines like, "You guys, this book is only selling. This book is worth way more than this. This I can't believe this. This book is worth way more than this." You know, like this. That is always a thing to me when somebody's saying that I'm like, that pushes me away. If you're gonna put it up and you don't want it to sell for something low, start it higher. I don't want to hear people saying, "Oh, this book should sell for way more than this. It's a $30-$40 book and it's only selling for $1 here." That's your fault. And the reason that it's only selling for $1 is because it's not a $30 or $40 book anymore. You know, and we're so stuck in our heads that we have those COVID prices, right? That you know, here's a perfect example of I don't know how to say the name. Nary Nan says, "How does anyone get inventory when the 2021 prices are basically ingrained in our heads now?" And that is such a great comment.
That's true.
Can I make an analogy for a minute as far as the COVID pricing? The COVID pricing to me is like early 90s pricing before the crash, where it took a while for people to correct.
Yeah.
We got so spoiled by this COVID influx, which reminded me of what happened in the late 80s and early 90s to the industry. They're very similar. I think it's going to take time before things totally correct.
Yeah.
As we're starting to see what the market now. I haven't seen a comic book market like this since 1997, 1998.
Yeah.
With all the dips and all the, you know, anyone who bought in high, I really feel sorry for.
Yeah.
If you're trying to resell now on certain books.
It's a weird market right now, and that's why we have shows and content like this to talk about it. Go ahead, Nate.
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, I know, like Thorough, his heart, what he said was really spot on about like you want people to succeed. I think you actually have to have a lot of people fail, because you have to get a lot of the trash out, and then you have to have the quality in. So
very true.
It sounds bad, but like you've got to get rid of the garbage and push it out. And then when it cleans up, it's it really is. I feel like in everything, comics, cards, whatever it is, life is very cyclical, and like the good stuff will rise to the top, and you'll find the good comics. Like I don't know how JR finds his way into ASM. Eventually, hopefully when I talk about garbage, like he should be like in that and just be pushed out, like. And they need to find someone who actually
can we include Zeb Wells in that too?
Spider-Man and do it. Yeah, I mean, but you know, all that stuff, like, because it's a whole cycle. I mean, it's a whole cycle. Like, you have to have good writers, good books, and if you don't have that, then why is there interest in like an exclusive or something special about it? But I do think like Bird City has done really well with it, like the maybe not Nintendo covers, but like.
The video game covers,
I think they've done a really good job, and like people try to copy them a little bit, but I think they've really had a niche market, and they've done a really good job with it. So I think that's one thing. If you can find that one spot,
they're one of the few retailers that I think, that's a perfect way to explain it. Is that they've figured out their spot and they do it well, right? So, all right, let's let our boy David Lee Roth sing us out.
Can you hear me out there? Hey man, don't be squirting water at me. I'm gonna fuck your girlfriend, pal.
All right, I want to talk about before we end the show tonight. I want to go back and do another quick check-in on our boys at the amazing hoarder house that is Toys. Nate, did you see this?
What?
Brian, that's my parents' basement. I appreciate if you don't bring my parents into this again.
So these are some of the updates that he's had. It says Toy House after action report. Stats: 28 visits to the Toy House, sometimes 4 times a week. 1,232 miles commuting, over $50,000 spent. Over 90 hours digging through boxes, searching, over 120 hours cleaning the dust off and researching, and 1 garage confiscated from my wife as she had to park in the driveway. Wife after the first 3 trips, quote, "You spent how much?" After the 10th trip, "Ooh, find me some girl toys, please." Says here, the Toy House guy was selling the toys to remodel the house. 1 bathroom remodeled, 1 living room remodeled, and he started on the kitchen. Estimate 66 carded Star Wars figures, 72 carded G.I. Joes, 33 carded He-Man, 78 boxed robots, 38 boxed Star Wars vehicles, 10 carded Megos, 2 Crystar castles, and 22 carded Crystar figures, 20 carded Black Star figures, with a total of 1,400 estimated items purchased. Unbelievable. So this is before in the attic, and now this is all before, after. Look at all those toys taken out of there, man. Look at that. I couldn't imagine that. All original Star Wars stuff.
The first thing I think about is like actually where he lives, because of the heat with attics.
Yeah, probably in the Midwest.
I know my G.I. Joe Defiant, the cardboard box up at my parents' house in North Carolina. It was up there once they bought it. I got it for Christmas. It went straight up, and I was up there like two months ago, and you could see it fall. It like literally had deteriorated. I mean, but that's a long time. But it is what it is. Like it's so. It always makes me wonder when you see like things that are this clean. Like, where do they live?
Right. So cool. So here is
beautiful. Too. Yeah, I mean beautiful.
Right. Look at those.
I mean, they look like they should put them on the racks right now at KB Toys.
These are all the people that bought items.
Visionaries. Oh man, you son.
Over the top. Look at that.
It was over the top.
I was trying to explain. I was trying to explain it to my wife last week. Over the top is about when because if you go on YouTube and you get the 80s videos and they start showing, or they put like a starship or whatever the music is, and they go through everything. She's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "Over the top."
Sylvester Stallone's worst movies.
Oh man,
it's the worst, but it's the best.
Look at that.
Yeah. The heart. It's got a lot of heart to it.
It's all about the dad and the son. Oh yeah, it's great.
Look at all these.
But yeah, it's terrible.
Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, they're getting to the end. A bunch of He-Man figures, more Star Wars, more Megos.
Look how clean.
Look at that, dude.
Oh boy.
$2.99 at Target. I remember those days.
I mean, look how clean that bubble is.
Look at this, bro.
Oh,
this right here gives me goosebumps. Oh man.
Scoop.
This is crazy. Oh, bagged. Still bagged.
DJ?
The Astro Viper? A Target? Yeah, that's a tough one. Shockwave?
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. Look at that.
Oh, God.
What a beautiful figure. Carded. Amazing art. The figure is a gorgeous figure. This is just one of the all-time best G.I. Joes right here. By far.
Yeah, they definitely kept these out of the sunlight boxes.
Right?
Yeah, that's the reason why you don't see no discoloration on the bubble, nothing, dude. Like, these are really freaking nice. Like, they just were freaking straight out of the store.
This is unbelievable. This is the type of story that I love social media for. because it happens about once a year, where we maybe twice a year. Look at this, the old A-Team 3 3/4 figures.
Oh my God, Phase.
Yeah.
Nice.
Police Academy.
The Police Academy. Oh my God.
Dude, there's Police Academy figures?
Yep. Masters of the Universe. You can see some of them have yellow, but other ones are crystal clear, like you said. Battle Damage Skeletor.
I can. So we didn't have a comic, or we didn't have a toy store in my hometown because it was too small. So it was there was a woman who was big into dolls, and her husband owned a tire shop, and so she opened a semi toy store.
Yeah.
In the tire shop,
bicycles below that. I remember calling and reserving He-Man Battle Cat because I didn't want anybody else to get to it. And I remember come down to the guy. He looked at me. He's like, "I'm like, sir, that's it." He's like, "Yes, sir. I called earlier. My name is Jonathan Hoover West. I'm 7 years old, and I reserved the He-Man Battle Cat." And he just looked at me like, "Here it is." He's like, "You got $11?" Yeah. I was like, "Mom, do you have the tax?"
That's awesome, dude.
That's
great. Yeah. All right, a couple more things before we call the night. Souza Micah is not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is her Rogue work in progress picture on her site.
Nice.
Look at that. Unbelievable. So, again, shout out to Souza Micah, continuing to just be one of the best artists in comics. And
I thought Thorough looked good.
Look at that, dude. That is amazing.
Who lives in Snake?
So, this...
You buy this for $39.99, guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby. You're a winner, man. You're the real deal. You're picking up chicks. Let me tell you something. You buy this set at $39.99, baby, you're the cock of the walk, man. You walk into the bar and you just find the hottest chick and you go, you, me. Guess what? She says, why would I go out with you? Because I bought the deal on Wild West Deals for $39.99, that's why. She says, can I go home with you? That's how simple it is. That's how it works. That's what this set brings to the table. Because you know what she sees? She sees a man who knows what he wants. She sees a man who says, good deals don't get by me, baby. I move, I act quick, I act now. I go to wildwestdeals.com, boom. That's why you're hanging with chicks all night long. That's why you got guys like Michael Jordan calling you, wanting to hang out with you, baby. Because you bought it for $39.99. Is that crazy?
Who is this guy on Whatnot?
That's the way it works around here. This deal will change your life. Don't look at yourself in the mirror and be disgusted tomorrow. Don't look at yourself in the mirror and go, what's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Why am I this way? No. Tomorrow morning, when you see this thing for $59.99 and you bought it for $39, you look in the mirror and you go, you buy this for $39.99, guess what, folks? You take the L away. You put a W there, baby.
That's it, baby.
You're a winner, man.
You're a winner, man. We'll see you guys next week. Make sure you follow all these guys on social media. Go sub up to Keep It Thorough. We're out. Peace.